Okay, we are casting the second kitten face-off in the server. Draft should be starting in about a minute. I was a bit late getting on the computer today, so we are running out of time somewhat. I believe Mason should be joining me on the cast shortly. Just gonna double check, make sure draft is working. Appears they've not started yet, so I'm just gonna run through some player highlights real quick while I have the chance. Featured matchup. I played as Chris versus Cam. It was pivotal last time these two teams played. Chris got the R5 counter pick on Lilia, and was able to absolutely stomp Cam in the top lane, putting on a show on the Lilia into Ornn matchup. So I'm excited to see if he's able to do something like that again. He is known for Lilia, Akali, Kayle, and Quinn in the top lane. All very good at abusing kind of like close range, like tank champions. Quick check on draft, still hasn't started. We're all good. Or, you know, agency is on Cam to kind of flip the script, come back. His Yone is has not died in the top lane. So that could be something to watch for as well. Just another double check. Okay, it looks like draft has started. Will's Twitch, a bit of a one trick, is banned away. Here's some champions to watch for. Was just about to mention the Twitch. Could look at Victor or Ahri for Hong in the mid lane. Anivia has been banned away from Healy, another featured matchup. Cog is another one of the champions that Will plays a lot of. And Kathy is a big Lulu player, so it's interesting to see that they're targeting the Lulu and not the Kog'Maw. I'm just going to flip some of these real quick. Actually, we can just talk about these players later. But there are some big names on these teams, and I'm interested to see how they'll perform in this game. Alright, Master Yi is banned away. Sam has been playing it, and that champion is kind of strong. So I'm glad to see that that champion is taken off the table. I don't know what this last pin's going to be. Morgana hits both Michaela and Healy this game. And it could be flexed to the jungle. And it's also really good with Caitlyn. I know Dave is a big fan of Caitlyn, so I wouldn't be surprised if we see that champion come out. And it looks like we might have the first pick Ahri. I know Eden plays that champion mid lane. So that could open up some flex potential for them. This is the roster that they've put as their potential lineup that they're doing, but I believe this will end up with Eden in the mid lane into Hongbaba. I think that matchup could be pretty polarizing. If Teddy is able to get things done the way he wants to, that could be pretty devastating for that team. And the Victor is locked in for Hongbaba. I believe he has not really had access to this champion for quite some time. His last game he played Caitlyn mid, and it was a bit of a stomp. So excited to see him back on this comfort champion. I think the big player to watch in the rest of the draft is going to be the counter pick for Chris in the top lane, as well as Sam's jungle pick. Last game he played Kha'Zix, and I did a lot, certainly. Looks like this Misfortune's just going to get picked up. It's not the greatest champ anymore. It did just take a pretty big nerf. But it will be interesting to see how it performs anyway. Its win rate is still sitting at 52.2%, so maybe what I'm saying is just completely inaccurate and it's still worth it. Looks like we do have the Draven lock-in to counter the Misfortune. He is able to interrupt that ult from range
can you stream
with his
the draft? Sorry.
Yep.
I'm here. I have arrived.
Thank you, Mason.
The negative beef.
Okay. Oh wait, Healy is
zone.
typing. This pick is dedicated to me. Because I inted on Draven last night, so I believe we are going to end up seeing Dave in the jungle, and this is going to be a Healy, Mimi, Draven, Janna bot lane into this Misfortune.
Let's go!
So
wait, that's so sick.
I'm so excited. I hope he picks the Soul Reaver skin for the culture, but it would be funny. Okay, and we do get to see this Lilia locked in before the second round of bans. Cam had a nightmare of a time dealing with it last time. But it could probably get flexed to Sam as well.
Oh, no.
No, it's going to be Eden on the Ahri in the mid lane, I believe.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. And it looks like Draven Janna bot into Misfortune. Interesting. That could be cool to watch.
Yes, I think this should be pretty fun. Looks like Darius is going to get banned. I think it could just be a good matchup into Lilia. His slow is pretty damning for her.
Yeah. Plus, he can hook her back into your ranges, right?
Right,
It's
and
like,
it's just hard for her to react to that.
yeah.
And then Hackerim's taken away as well. So they're assuming that it's going to be a Lilia top for now, and banning out some of these OP jungle champions. Dude, Drago, you are onto something. This kind of hits.
Yeah, oh, man, it's nuts.
And it looks like we might see the Mouse. No, okay. Udyr banned. All three of the quote-unquote Mason champions have been banned away in this draft, and he is nowhere to be seen in the champ select, so...
Dude, I'm getting shadow banned from Beyond the Grave, bro. What is this? So cringe.
This is pretty funny. I do want to see what Kathy is going to pick up here. I really hope that's who the next pick is locked in for, because that gives both Sam the ability to pick an R5 pick, or the ability for them to just flex Lilia into the jungle and pick a counter to whatever Cam locks in the top lane. Lulu is taken away. I don't think Lulu Misfortune is the greatest, and Kathy gets her comfort champion on Soraka anyway. Soraka will get tapped down by Draven really, really quickly, so her positioning is going to need to be pretty good this game. But other than that, I do really enjoy the pick, so excited to see how it goes. I don't know what I'm expecting to see locked in for Mimaws. I don't really know what Dave plays in the jungle. Certainly not the Elise.
No, this would be a base Elise pick on God. Definitely not a little grief here.
Okay, well, we see Elise.
It could be Healy playing Elise as well. When he has jungle before
he has DM'd me. He told me I get to watch his Draven, so.
Okay.
Not super surprised, or you know, whatever. Elise, okay, sure. I think they're really just trying to punish the weaker solo laners on the side of Captain Kittens. Fair. Yeah, except one of your weaker solo laners is now Hongbaba, so. Oh, wait, it is
Hongbaba, man. Huh, that's funny.
In the jungle. That's Noam. That's the roster they submitted, but I already said it's almost definitely the Ahri mid lane for Eden.
A Warwick top? Question mark?
I believe so. It could be an Elise solo lane, but I think the Warwick top is probably just a counter pick that Cam has discovered for this Lilia, and it looks like this is probably just going to be Zac jungle.
It is one of Sam's best champions. He is pretty spooky on the Zac.
Yeah, I'm excited to get to see it, certainly. I'm just going to regenerate some assets real quick.
I like how the Kindred has completely dropped off his champion pool. That's very surprising to me.
I think he just doesn't want to pick it this game because they don't have any front line.
That's fair.
Oops, what the hell did I just do? But I wouldn't say that we're not going to see this entire series. You know, could go either way.
Oh, this is BO3. Let's go.
Yes. No,
BO3 way more fun
the rare
than BO1.
Kathy's Kittens and Mimaw's BO3.
And that's on God.
Oh, I need to open up League so they can invite me.
Sure, I'm definitely not in game right now.
I mean, that's okay. You don't need to be doing anything. Okay. This should
That's
be
true.
updated in terms of roles now, and I'm just going to swap over to some player highlights. We do have Hongbaba, most played champions, Jinx, Victor, Vayne, Lucian, and Nautilus. He has 89 games. He's getting up close to that 100 mark, 55% win rate, 38 champions across those games, and an impressive 3.19 KDA. Looking over at Healy on the other team, believe he's going to be playing AD carry this game. His most played champions are Nivea, Morgana. Both of those were banned out. Cho'Gath, Lux, and Braum. 59 games, 50.8% win rate, and an almost just as impressive 2.94 KD. Just going to take a quick look at some of these other champions. Lilia has been played by Dave in the jungle before, and Eden has played the Ahri already, 1-0 on the pick with a 2.4 KD. I'm now going to try and log in these champions to generate the rest of the assets. So I'm just going to tab back over to draft so we can have that on our screens. Believe Cam has not played this Warwick top before, but
I don't think anyone has played the Elise, right? On their team? I think Healy's probably played it, but yeah.
I think Anne has played Elise in the server.
Yeah, I didn't mean not the server, just
I believe we've seen a Warwick top or two.
Yeah, it's pretty rare though, right?
Yeah, I think it was just Ezra and they flexed them up to the jungle. Or they flexed them up to top lane from the jungle is what I meant.
Yeah.
And I think Peter picked Teemo and absolutely dogged on them.
As one does.
Yeah, I mean that's like the correct operation there, right? Like, I'm just gonna hop over here and we can look at some of these other stats. The records on these champions so far, we have 4 first-time champions in scrims here. As I was saying before, Teddy is known for playing this Victor. He does have 8 games on it, but his scoreline is not super impressive compared to some of his other champions, but potentially the specific matchup we have going here will go a bit better for him. For some reason, I put both of them as playing Lilia. That's a bit of a mistake here. Certainly, I would not do this. Give me a second. We are not professional back bumblers on this cast or anything.
Nah, no way.
Swear. I will say, good news for Kathy's is that the one roster swap I'm making on the asset will make their team look a lot better because Sam's Zac stats are absolutely like disgusting. Like this guy should not be allowed to play this champion. Yeah, here we go. Alright, so even though he is 1 in 3 on the pick, he's at 8.78 KD on 4 games. Like, who does that?
To be fair, it's arguably not a good thing to have that high of a KD on Zac. You do want to like, you do tend to want to give your teammates skills and stuff, which is like hard.
It includes assists.
Okay, that's fair. I don't know. It's just tends to be like a little kill heavy on the Zac most of the time when I've played versus him and when I watch and cast his games. It's not entirely his fault because I think it's kind of hard to facilitate his solo laners unless their name is Hong, but
true. I am actually just going to pull up his stats because I believe the most recent game we saw him kind of go away from that play pattern. Yeah, his most recent Zac games are 7-3-12 and 13-2-12 compared to 9-4-3, 12-0-11. So just the most recent game, he's kind of eased off going for the kills. Unfortunately, his only win on the pick was the first one. But I don't know. I think he is trying to be more conscious of that, at least from what I've seen from his play. So that could be a positive change we see going in here. Looks like the bans are potentially GOAT and Z-A-Z... Oh, Zaza. They got the Zaza. Okay, this is good. But anyway, a lot of these players are very experienced on their champions on the side of Kathy's, but looks like Mimaw is swapping it up. I think part of this is due to their lineup forcing them to roll swap around a little bit. Looking at these player matchups, there's no data in the jungle and mid matchup. Healy has done historically very, very well into Will, but Kathy has done historically very, very well into Michaela. So we kind of have like
this is kind of spicy.
Yeah, it's fun. It's fun. And then top lane, this is just that last game that they played, so Chris kind of stomped on Cam. And just a little reminder of the story arc in case anyone forgot. Chris was taught the game by Cam, so this is like a apprentice defeats the teacher moment, and we'll see if we can kind of run that back. Chris is on the same champion, but this time Cam did have the counter pick into it and chose to opt into the Warwick.
I'm surprised. I feel like Warwick wouldn't do that well into Lilia. Like, you could get kited pretty easily on Warwick, but I guess maybe it's like you can hold the Q and immune her sleep. That's like the only thing I got for it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think it's just like you'll have the speed to hunt her down if you get the advantage in a trade.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And if you get the fear, that's hard CC, and hard CC tends to do pretty well into Lilia, but I think she should just be able to play the range around you. Okay, I will actually swap over to the champ matchups and see if we've seen any of these before. I'd assume we've seen the mid lane matchup in a couple of the bot lane, or at least one of the bot lane matchups. But I'm completely wrong. We have no data all around. Screw me, I guess. Just play more games, everybody. I don't know.
True.
And we'll look at the other matchup that is actually pretty interesting. These players obviously have not played each other. Dave's only played 3 games in the jungle, but they've played a wide variety of very difficult mechanical champions, whereas Sam is stuck to a lot more of the simpler champions, with the exception of possibly Kindred. Depends on how you think of it. Both of them have pretty impressive stats. Dave does have a 2-1 win rate with a 3 KD, and Sam has a 4.49 KD, which is absolutely disgusting on a less winning rate, but obviously that has something to do with his team's overall record this season not being very good. I will also say something I probably could have mentioned earlier, that this matchup is very important for standings. I believe Kathy's is not eliminated if they lose this game or this series, but it would be much better for them if they're able to get at least one win here, so that they only run at a 1-loss deficit if they do end up losing. However, I believe if they 2-0, it puts them in a very good position to either outright win the tiebreaker that could be resulting for 4th place, or just straight up defeat Closeted Furries for that spot to clinch 4th place and that playoff spot. Kathy still does have a way to not make playoffs here. Losing this game certainly doesn't help them, but I believe the only scenario in which they would be directly eliminated is if Closeted Furries is able to take a win off of both Kitten Grooming Service and Silicats, but I could be wrong about that. But I just know a lot of stuff has to go very sideways for Mimaws to get knocked out. So they should feel pretty good about the spot they're in right now, but I definitely don't want to see them easing up off of the gas. I'm just going to run some ads before the game, but we can continue talking for our lovely subscribers.
True. I will say I feel like Kathy has done a little bit of scaling in terms of like how they play. I think Hong and Sam, while they've been their most consistent players, have like, I don't know, found the ability to carry a little more of their games. Like, I think arguably putting Hong in ADC is probably a bit better for like team purposes, but I mean, having this much power in your mid lane is like really good.
Really only plays bot lane roles.
Yeah, which makes it like kind of hard for.
What are you saying, Draco?
He's a one trick.
True. Certainly not a Twitch one trick. Certainly has not seen his Twitch get banned like 20 games in a row or anything like that.
Definitely not. I also have alcohol now.
Let's go.
Big.
I don't know. I'm hoping we see this like Zach Victor Misfortune combo that they've been running, or not like all at the same game, but the win-loss on these champions are not very good despite the good performance from Kathy's on these picks previously. So game deciding to see that flip would be really exciting. Just looking at Mastery, we have Mastery 7 in both bot laners for Mimaws, Mastery 6 in the mid lane, and no Mastery on the top or jungle. We have Mastery 6 top, mid lane, and support for Kathy's Kittens. Almost 100k points, Mastery 7 on the Zac, and Will has less than 4 Mastery on Misfortune, but he has played it a few times on the server, so I'm confident with his ability to play the champion. Also considering
it's also
it's
MF,
Misfortune,
it's not that
she's
hard.
not that hard. Surely it will load. I don't have to tap in or tap out 8 times, right? Okay. Here we go.
So we are into game. Tempo on the Draven. I've seen a lot of different things that Dravens can build nowadays, so I'm not entirely sure which one is the correct one.
Yeah, I mean, I think I built Conk in my game, but clearly I lost so hard that I don't know what I'm doing. So I know
Potentially true.
PTA is probably good, better early. I think Halo Blaze is still an option, but I think it's definitely less popular. And I think Lethal Tempo or Conquer are like the go-to scaling builds. And I believe into a like longer range comp like they have on the other team, the Lethal Tempo is probably better. I don't know, because you kind of outrange the Zac and Lilia and the Soraka, and you're allowed to kind of trade with the Misfortune and Victor because of that increased range. looks like not much action early on. The Warwick is just walking up towards top side. Didn't drop any vision up there, but the blue buff is just going to get cleared like normal. I would adjust my scroll settings if you couldn't see it on stream, but try to make it smoother. Oops.
Yeah. I mean,
Whatever.
to be fair, I think top side of Mimaw's is a little AP heavy, just because Warwick actually does do mostly magic damage, funnily enough. Like, passive autos and a bunch of other stuff just makes it so you're outputting mostly magic. So it should be interesting to see if Sam goes for like Force of Nature or Spirit Visage early. Spirit Visage has really good synergy on Zac already with like the blobs and your passive healing and whatnot. So
True. That could be a cool
a bunch of other
adaptation.
fun shit.
I
Yeah.
think Kathy's is even more AP heavy on the top side, so
Yeah.
we might see some early MR come out from the Warwick. I don't think Elise or Ari are going to end up itemizing like that, though. Hong is trading very aggressively into Eden here. Draven's up to 30 stacks already, and some fighting is going down in the top lane. I believe Warwick should just win every fight this early, especially when he has that barrier summoner spell that will get a lot of work done.
Yeah.
I like Mimaw's plays.
I think Lilia early does have to like play into Warwick's ranges a little more. It's a little trickier to play this matchup from the Lilia end.
Oh, this could be big. The flash
Ooh,
definitely
the
gets the
fear.
trigger. He does burn the flash. I don't know if he needed to, but Zac might be able to pick up the kill in return here. But Warwick does heal a lot. He's able to get the knockup.
Zac might be able to pick up the Warwick here. I don't know if he has enough healing. Oh, but the fear is still up.
Yeah,
He's
that's
getting the
huge.
tempo down.
The bowling ball is able to hit, but I believe Zac
Warwick
might just
moment.
die here.
Cam takes aggro.
tragic.
No. Okay. Oh,
But now the Elise is here, so.
close.
And the
Oh,
sun's
good
on
stun
the
and the Q. Oh, and he's just dead.
This is a huge start for Mimaws. Yeah. Anyway, I was gonna compliment the tornadoes. A lot of tornadoes like coming through the wall. A few of them had hit will. It was looking good, but they just do much more amazing work on the other side of the map. I think Kathy's Kittens definitely has like a very large scaling advantage going into this game. The Victor, Misfortune, Lilia, especially.
Yeah,
the
yeah.
Soraka
If they get to
support is
late,
disgusting,
they have
but-
the sleepy bullet time, as people call it. I think we definitely have used that combo as well.
Yep. Draft Stealers or something.
True.
But also,
Everyone
if
the
a
draft
Draven,
stealer
Elise, Warwick get fed, like, what are you doing? Like, absolutely nothing, so... Okay. The Elise ability has hit. Hong goes down about halfway, even lower than that, but does not have to burn either Summoner spell to get out here. He is quite low, and Warwick has the Blood Hunt available, but is definitely just going to stay up into the top lane. He's being a bit greedy, walking back up with the Elise still sitting here, but he'll get vision of the Elise, and we'll just be able to walk out safely. Seems like Teddy is playing a bit cocky here, but I think he's able to get away with it.
A little bit of ego. Cam is just walking at this Lilia forever, man. Like, he does not care.
Yeah, I think this matchup is actually pretty good. Like, Healy is narrowly able to avoid that. Sam could have flashed to get the stun onto Janna, but I think choosing not to do that is probably the better choice. It's just a lot of sums burned to get probably nothing. Cam has the ultimate here, so I'm expecting to see a kill come out, or at least an attempt at one. The ultimate goes through, suppression comes down, and he's getting a lot of damage down. Chris burns the flash, and he should just be able to live after that. But I think you take the ultimate for ultimate for flash trade any day if you are the Warwick in that situation. Chris is in a really dangerous spot here. Under tower at that HP with the Warwick on the other team hunting you down is pretty scary. Warwick seems like he's heading down to try and cover this. Sam, that was a really good play from him, but all it's going to do is get out the Ahri ultimate, which should give a lot of kill pressure onto the Victor. Both the Elise and Warwick are roaming towards mid to try and finish this play off, but I think Teddy is just going to walk back safely and not end up losing too much off of it. The Victor is at 55 hex bits currently, 45 away for that first augment, which will give him the upgraded E, I assume, which will lead to a lot more wave clear, which allow him to just kind of effortlessly shove out waves, which will give him a lot more lane priority. That should just be a dead Ahri. Great play by Sam earlier to get that ultimate out from the Ahri, which allows Hong to just walk up, pop the EQ ultimate, and then the Ahri just dies there. There's not
explode. Didn't even have to burn double sums. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah, I mean, Ahri had HP less than what Victor's able to just burst instantly, so not too much he can really do once he gets in range for that.
Agreed. Cam's going for a Bork build here, I think.
Yeah, I'd assume so.
And
unless you're saying a first item BT, but
that would be Giga Chad based. Shield Bow Warwick, anyone?
It could be the Ravenous Hydra, because I know Tiamat's very good on Warwick for wave clear. Dave chooses to auto attack the ward, which spots him out, so ideally Chris will not die to a gank here. Sam is not on vision. I believe now he is though, but they might not have noticed. Healy flashes, and I think they're just going to take that and leave. Sam's been doing a really good job of hitting many lanes and getting out sums, but Chris should just be dead here. He has no sums to burn even if he wanted to, and I don't think it would have helped.
Yeah. Dave and Cam are playing this 2v2 very well.
Yeah.
Or they're playing lane phase really well. You need to snowball as at least to do literally anything.
Yep. Eden is not in a great place here. I do think the mid lane and top lane leads are kind of canceling each other out, and I think a powerful Victor, I personally like more than a powerful Warwick, but when it comes along with the 2-0 Elise, I think it might be even there. And there, Teddy burns the summoner spell to get a kill.
Yeah. What happened to friends? True. Like Cam's just chilling under tower. The ulti comes out. He gets the E off though, so it does like negative damage. But he's now under tower. Chris did a good job of
kiting so that when Cam queued, it took him under tower to get a tower shot. But he chooses to not try and fight this out, which is probably a smart choice. I don't think Lily actually has solo kill potential onto Warwick. Like ever?
Not at this point. You should, like, if you kite correctly, you can. It's like a lot of Lilia is like just a micro movement.
The Warwick can just
you don't ever have to though.
Okay.
Like maybe the kill pressure doesn't matter as well.
No. Cam does still have both sums, so this could be like a bit of a bait angle.
Yeah, it would be a really nasty bait. I don't think there's anything Lilia could do with no ult as well. Looks like he's going for it. He has the healing as well. I'd actually be surprised if
I think if
Lilia
Chris
was
had
able
hit
to win
that,
this.
but dodging the ultimate is pretty big, and the Soraka ult should just bail him out. The Elise is sitting bot lane. Could see a play come down, but there's also some gameplay happening in the mid lane.
Nasty flank.
Okay, Eden's caught out here. This should just be another kill picked up by Teddy, and then going to the bot lane. Kathy's getting low. The Janna ultimate pushes them both under tower, saving their lives. So
Kathy's interesting Janna ult.
I think the double flashes. I'm actually just gonna run the replay on this. Like, let's watch the whole play.
Yeah. So they're looking for the flank here on the Elise. This is a good setup from Dave. No vision from the side of Kathy's. Yeah. This should be an easy cocoon.
Okay, the cocoon
I'm surprised he held it for that long.
By Will.
Flashes.
Okay, so the Janna ultimate would have killed Kathy, except she flashed probably shortly before Mimi pressed the button.
Yeah, that makes sense. That's a little unlucky, but
yeah. And Sam should be able to just pick up the Scuttle Crab and get out here. Dragon contest is probably not possible from Kathy's, but it looks like Mimaw's is not going for it at the moment.
Yep. See, Sam is here for the counter gank this time around. And Lily is just able to get a couple plates. Question is, does Warwick get the kill here? He does have the recurve bust, so it looks like a
should be
Bork
able to,
angle.
but Lilia does have flash. Just choose to burn it early, doesn't want to risk it. I think that's smart. Because there's always the chance that he presses Q, then you flash, that's just all doomed. There's 7 people in bot lane right now.
A little bit of clownery action going on here. Oh, walks out of the bush to start the fight. Healy walks forward.
Healy's getting
Probably
CC'd like
dead here.
crazy here. Should just be dead. And that is a kill onto Healy.
Yeah,
that
I think he
just
should
be a
have started
1v0.
kiting back and like walking towards the wall there, but I feel like that's kind of a hard spot to play out. You do want to walk forward to dodge
in
those.
the Soraka zone as well.
Yeah. Not an easy spot to play out by any means.
Yeah. Eden should be able to get a tower plate here, but she's attacking, was attacking the minions, is now going for the tower. Takes a tower shot. And Teddy is pathing directly towards mid. Dragon is also at stake here. The Warwick ulti comes down onto Will, and then the Draven ult comes down. It does not pick up the kill. Kathy's getting
Cam
quite
is
low
like
as
so
well.
strong.
Goes
Oh
there
my
and
lord, he
lights
is
up the
ripping in
back
there,
line.
dude.
But this is still a 3v2 in favor of Mimaw. As the charm hits, Hong has no sums, and he's just going to die as well. That's 700 gold over to Ari, but Sam is able to just hop through the entire fight and get out. That whole play was a complete disaster, I think, but Chris able to pick up plates on the top side should just be able to even it out, so I don't think the situation is too bad for either team. And the first dragon is going over to Mimaw's at around 13 minutes.
It is Cloud Dragon.
Sam is going to go for a solo bolo on Eden here. Unfortunately, that minion died, so he has nothing to snare her on, but her ultimate does get burned, and Chris is able to pick up another plate on the top lane.
Yeah, that is the cost of roaming on Warwick, but I feel like 2-0-4 versus 2 plates and a dragon is kind of pog.
Yep. The gold lead is cut down under 1,000 at this point. Misfortune has PTA. We just can't see the effects of it until she gets the 3rd pop. Was not sure how that worked.
Everfrost coming out from Ari. Probably a good choice here. You probably don't need more AP damage. You probably just want like the utility from the Everfrost.
Yep.
Ulti in.
For Warwick.
Yeah. He is like grossly strong. So is the Elise, theoretically. I feel like Zach with the Merc Treads is a pretty solid buy here.
Yep, same with
No Giga Chad Conqueror setup though. Resident Sleeper.
Unfortunately. Looks like even more plate damage for the side of Kathy's here. It is really tragic for Mimaw that Healy wasn't able to pick up that kill with the Victor ultimate. Cam is going mid lane though. He's in a very rough position. He does have the flash, so he should just be fine. Is able to get the stun on the Warwick and walks out. He's getting suppressed under tower. Hong should just be able to flash this. The Chaos Storm
doing
is
a
able
little
to pick
trolling.
it up. I don't believe.
I definitely think going
into
into the tower was the play there. I think you do if Ari holds the charm a little later till after the fear goes down, but it's still a hard spot to play out. I think they also missed the Everfrost, which was super unlucky.
Yeah, I mean Hong flashed out of that, so it's just kind of good play to him. He played that really well. The tower plays are down. It might be able to pick up a tower here.
Shut down onto the Victor is super bad as well.
Yeah. I don't know. This Victor's about to be spooky scary if he wasn't already, which I think he is. He is at 86 hex bits after his first augment, so he's about to be at 2. And he has a wave to hide from the Elise here, and Zach is here to just bail him out. I don't know why the Elise didn't realize that.
Good stun. Doesn't really get anything though.
This should just be a kill.
Oh, this is just not good for the side of
Mimaw. To Zach, but you really don't care that much.
Yeah, just like denying the victory kill is super big.
Yep. Someone asked in chat, is this a best of 3? Yes.
As it should be.
Yes. I know who you are, Jonah. I just figured I wouldn't out you, but I realized the question would be, you don't know who I am? I do.
Damn, you just
True.
egoed him.
Hey, Healy's able to get the E. Oh, this might just be a dead Ari, but no. Hong actually aims the E in a bit of a odd direction, so is not able to pick it up.
Yeah.
Cam is just going for the solo on this Rift Herald.
He can. He has Bork and he's Warwick. Like he's actually unkillable. I think the Ruby Crystal probably indicates
this could
a
be bad though. I think
Sunfire
this
Aegis
2v2
build.
might go in favor of the Zac. This smite battle is going to be important. If Lily's able to get the double sleep, which they are.
Oh, I think that went to Kathy's, right?
I think it was to Mimaw's.
Did it?
Yes, it's in Elise's inventory.
Ah, okay.
And that's 2 kills for 1. With a shutdown
That's
going
pretty
to
good.
The Ari. Yeah, so
Yeah,
that's,
maybe
that's
they can
just great
stabilize
for
out their
Mimaw's.
lane a little bit, yeah.
Yeah, there are 3 people bot lane. Hong went for a roam here, but was ultimately not able to pick anything up. Next dragon is spawning in a minute. So Mimaws could be able to leverage the Herald that they just got in order to get some dragon prio. Try and take down the mid lane.
I'm surprised Cam is opting for Aegis here. I know a lot of greedier Warwick players would tend to go the Divine Sunder build if you're like this far ahead.
Wait,
Which would make a lot of sense.
does the health not also build into DS?
Nah.
It does.
If you're going Sunder, you do not itemize Crystal first. That's just my opinion, though.
That's fair. We'll see. Chris is just dead here. I mean, he was going for the blue buff. I respect the invade, but there's no way you're living when there's a Warwick on the other team.
Agreed.
The dragon is up though, and Elise is topside, and the whole team knows Elise is topside. Hong chooses to just shove out mid wave. It makes it harder for them to get anything off the Rift Herald, and this dragon is just going to be started by Sam. Healy and Mimi are here. By how much damage they're going to be able to do, Hong is hiding behind speaking, the pit, trying to get a one-shot on one of those bot laners, but is not able to get the angle, but they do just get the free uncontested Drake. Elise is topside, dropping the Herald there, so they're just going to punish in a different lane. They might be able to get the tier 2 tower here. I think Chris should just probably play pretty conservatively. He does get hit by the
good stun
Cocoon.
from Dave.
Has the sleep
have
available. The Soraka ultimate
This dive
could
might be a
pay
little
dividends.
sussy.
The Drowsy
Gamma
comes
Slayer
out.
flash?
Warwick's dead,
Oh.
and so's Elise.
Barrier. Ooh. But it gets one back for
Yeah,
the...
it's a double kill for
Gives it
Lilia.
to Lilia, though. Arguably probably better to give it to Zac, but it happens.
I don't think
Definitely a
Zac
bit of
had
an
the
overextension
range.
from... Yeah. Agreed.
Yeah, they just weren't respecting the Lilia ultimate.
Yeah. Yeah, I was feeling a little feisty today, I think, for sure.
Yeah, I think he might just be mad about that last series. Like,
Maybe he did.
wish you could hear Call right now. Wish you were nicer. Oh my god.
What?
The all chat. And then Dave just says, "Wish these balls." Wonderful.
Wonderful all chat banter. Hits the charm.
Yeah.
Probably just gonna walk away. This Victor is not worth fighting.
Yep. They were able to save that top lane tower. Rift Herald still does get them a lot of value. They're able to take out a tower off the back of that dragon. We could see the back interrupted here. Oh, and Warwick is alerted to this play. The back from Soraka was not canceled to help bail him out, but all Victor has to do is just press W and the F key, and then he just runs away.
Very true.
Eden's in a sticky spot here, is ultimately not caught by the Zac Q. Will trading pretty heavily into the Drayden. Just trying to farm these things under tower though. A lot of danger pings coming out from blue side. They're worried that Zac or Soraka are going to try and rotate on that play, but ultimately that is not going to happen. They were correct though that Soraka was about to get there. This mid lane tower is on
10 HP.
39 health, so that's like one auto from any champion. It looks like Eden's going to try and go for it, but Hong might be able to just blow her up and prevent this from happening. The tower does not even die.
Oh, Zac's here too. This could be really bad. Uses the dash. Lily is here too. Flash and ulti burn.
The tower is now at 39 HP still. It didn't even get hit. Healy's going in. Will might just die here. Sam is looking for
Oh
the
yeah,
release.
the Eclipse
Healy just backs
is
off
looking
from his
a
play,
little brutal.
but Dave's able to hit the Misfortune. They try and body block everything. They're able to do it. Draven just got obliterated by Teddy, and Kathy manages to live on absolutely nothing. The tower's gone, so that means Janna is dead as well. That's a clean 3 for 0, although I believe Cam is going to be able to get this top lane tower.
Yeah.
But it should be in exchange for the bot lane tower, which is worth just as much gold and has a lot more health on it. You were right about the Aegis, by the way. I'm trolling.
Dude, I told you, if you're
Hog is
building
here to defend the tower.
building
This could be
Sunder,
big,
you always
actually.
go to longsword. Hong here to defend the tower as usual.
Yeah, and they were able to get that tower on the other side, trading away. Kathy is walking up pretty aggressively here. I believe if Warwick goes for her, he just gets it, but the Victor is there to kind of back her up, so
Yeah.
good play for
Looks
Vision.
like Sam is playing a bit of what we call component tribal. The Bramble is pretty good into their team versus a Raka, or not the Raka, the
Janna.
Janna, Draven and Warwick. Yeah.
Ari has more healing in her kit now after the rework as well.
Yeah.
Ari went for the second item Void Staff for what that's worth. I think it's a decent itemization, but not great.
Yeah, agreed.
You definitely want it in your build at some point, just maybe not as immediately as they look for. Will's in a tough situation here. Teddy picking up the blue buff and looking to aid his AD carry in the mid lane. This is a huge fight that we're looking to see here. Healy getting a lot of
is
damage
walking
on the
forward,
Hog.
no
Ball
fear.
hits onto
Hits the
Warwick.
ball
Zach
onto
comes
Warwick.
in, hits one, is not able to get the Q immediately, but flashes to get the root. The Janna pushes him out.
No ulti coming
Hog
out.
has not dropped
Silence
the Chaos
coming out.
Storm yet. The sleep comes down.
Lilia
Sam
coming
goes
down.
in.
And the ulti over the top. Jesus.
Yeah, they didn't quite get the sleepy time, but, you know, close enough.
Is that what we're calling it? The sleepy time?
I'm calling it sleepy time.
That's a pretty good
Okay,
name
I'm
for
down.
it.
I'm down. That's an amazing name. That's an amazing name.
Hog is
I think
running.
we have also used the sleepy time combo, so
Yep. Hong is just absolutely wiped off the map there. It's a lot of gold going to Elise, but they should be able to just trade it for Baron, so...
which is always worth. Like, you should be able to get a lot off this Baron. Kathy's is doing the whole we scale for late, but like their team and not the champions they have selected, you know?
I mean, both. I think. I don't know. Whatever. This should just be a free dragon given over to Mimaws, though, so... I don't know. I mean, they get a huge shutdown onto Victor and a dragon in exchange for Baron. I think that's actually a decently fair trade for them.
Yeah,
Down
it's
about
not a
5K
game
gold, but
determinative
it's
Baron
not
by
too-
any means, I think.
Yeah. Unfortunately for Healy, he has still been unable to cash in a kill on this champion.
Dude, he's cosplaying you. He's cosplaying you, just like you for real.
Bro, I got 3. I'd also died 8 times by this point in the game, but I had a kill.
Yeah, but true.
I don't know. I think the pick, we had a Morgana locked in, should have just ran back to Caitlyn, but is what it is. Alright, Sun comes down onto Chris. I don't think that's really going to get them much. They're just going to keep focusing this tower. Zach might go in, intelligently cancels that leap. That could have been absolutely doomed. Lily is just looking to hit enough people to pop the ultimate. Teddy, I believe, just picked up a blue buff and is now looking to join his team for this fight. Dave is playing out of vision pretty well here, but now walks into the cannon vision's range, throws out the cocoon.
Misses the cocoon.
Does not hit.
There's no like fight angle, I think, to be honest. Like Zach's looking for the engage here, but that's really all that's happening here, in my opinion.
Yeah, I should not be allowed to cast an Elise game. I really want to call that ability the other thing that it's called, but...
You gotta be family friendly.
Yeah, I just keep forgetting what it's actually called.
Cocoon?
Yeah.
Surely not to Dean Jones.
I'm just stupid, man. I don't know what we're talking about.
Okay, I have nothing against like Morello as an item, but I feel like Elise is like your worst person to be itemizing heal cut
Yeah,
in
true,
this
you
game.
don't have
Like,
the AoE.
yeah,
I would...
you're applying it to like one person, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know who it's good on, though. Like, maybe Ari?
Uh,
Because Janna
maybe
isn't applying-
Janna if you ulti,
but only if
but
you
like that's
ulti.
kind of sussy. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's just kind of doomed, to be honest. But they definitely do need the heal cut.
But they have no one that does
Yeah.
it well. Yeah.
It's a bit tragic. Will's just trying to gun down this tower. The Janna shields are making it pretty tough. Healy gets absolutely popped here, but Healy also throws the E. I should really know what that ability is called, but to cancel this out.
Stand aside.
Stand
I think.
aside? Yeah, I agree. Teddy's in some trouble here. The Warwick ult misses. He gets a lot of damage here, but he's ultimately just going to fall. They are able to get the turret down there. Healy's getting some damage. Oh, Sam pulls him into the inhibitor. The ulti does not do quite enough. This is double inhib for Cathy's, but they are probably just going to get run down on the back of this play unless they're able to slow down the Warwick somehow. The bullet rain is doing a good job. It's not what it's called either, is it? Whatever.
Bullet time, brother.
No, her E.
Make it rain.
Make it rain.
Let's make it rain. Let's make it rain. I only know that because LOR. But
Yeah.
yeah, good card.
True. I love it, bro. So fun. I don't know. This game's kind of spicy. It's kind of crazy that we only have 3 dragons taken at 30 minutes, but I don't know. Just been a bit of a slow game.
I think Mimaw has a difficult time starting objectives because they have an Elise, and your dragon take on Elise is kind of poopy dog water.
Yeah. It's also really hard for Cathy's to start because you have Cocoon and Charm on.
Yeah, Mimaw's doesn't, or not. Cathy's doesn't like want to start dragon. They want to start fights and then do dragon.
This is
and
like the 18
I don't think that's how fights have played out for them. Sure.
There should just
Sam,
be like
you're being
chart,
too much
like,
of a little baby. You need to smite away your blues from your jungler, or from your mid, to be honest.
True. And Will taking the red buff. Will not be there for Dragon, I don't think, unless he passes down immediately after taking this camp. Which hopefully they do. I want to see some Sleepy Time action. Oh, Warwick could be caught out here, but they don't actually spot him. I will not leak the information I received, but it's funny. A fight is breaking out here.
Do you have it to me? I got it now.
I will after the game. I don't want to time out, but engages are coming down. The Cocoon is hit on Hong. Is not able to get too much out of it though. Hong and Chris are in a really dangerous position here. Chris does not end up dying. The Soraka ult paying a lot here. And he's able to get a double kill.
Shut down though, finally.
He hits Elise and Draven. Chris should be able to get more done. The sleep is here. There's no bullet time to follow up on it though, but Soraka and Warwick surely will be able to kill the Warwick. I think Soraka and Lilia.
You mean the Lilia?
Yeah, I'm trying, man.
I don't think they can.
Yeah, it is Warwick. Like,
if
he keeps autoing, it's maybe doable for him, but like, Zach is here now, so there you go.
They might just be able to end the game here if we look at base real quick. Like, there are minions there. Make it rain, getting some slows, kind of big. But I believe they should be able to just end this game off. Nope, never mind. We're going to have to back out and finish this game another time. They simply just took too long. Victor being down takes a lot of pressure off of them. Victor is at 4 items here. I believe Zach is at 3, and so are Warwick and Elise. So he's not too far ahead, but he is a full item on anyone else in the game. Dave is able to steal this away, but I think it will cost him his life. Will falling quite low. And then Janna Shield is able to get Dave out. Everyone else from Mimaw's is kind of coming to back up. Cam is a bit far out, but they will just be starting this Baron. And I'm not sure they really have too much they can just flip on it. You have to kind of pray for a lucky Ari Charm or Cocoon, but neither of them are even remotely in range to contest this play. Draven attempt is there, gets some damage on to basically all the members, but is not able to finish anyone off. We have a quick reset for Misfortune. She should be back in time. Staying in base a while, probably just debating on what item to buy or waiting for a breakpoint to purchase something. But okay, just buys a crit cloak and walks out of base. Nothing too crazy. And as that's happening, Kathy's able to take the other tier 2 side turret, which is a lot of extra gold into their pockets. They're up about 10k at this point. Should just be able to end the game on this push. I'm not really sure what Mimaw has to do this late in the game for this composition. Chris falls quite low, hits with the cocoon, knock him from Janna.
The cocoon, the tornado coming out there.
Draven's able to pick one up. Hong is almost
way to
suppressed,
start
but
the fight.
cancels it with the Victor ultimate. Insane play there. Sam goes in, gets a lot of knockups. Victor damage here is
the general
crazy.
coming out, but I don't think it saves anyone.
It is just a 1-for-1 though. And Eden falls again. Will is getting kind of bodied by Cam, but oh my gosh, he's able to get the kill. Well played by Will here. Kathy falls to the Elise, but Hong should just be able to pick up this kill as well. And Hong is sitting on 11 kills, looking to end the game here. This would be triple inhib, and they should just be able to have enough to walk down and end this game.
Insane play from Hong, like he's literally smurfing in Pistol or Watchman, like
something like that. Okay, Will.
Yeah, storms galore.
Will sacrifices himself to get 2 more kills to Hong.
For the culture, for the culture.
We appreciate it. Chris wants to be in the screenshot, burns the TP. And this is a very nice game from Kathy's. You love to see it.
That was pretty close.
Their whole thing used to be insane early game, and then their late game would always fall apart, but they've pulled it together by a lot. I think Sam and Hong have kind of found their synergy, and Will and Kathy played really well this game, and I think they've been struggling a little bit during the earlier parts of the season, so just really nice to see overall. I believe we are running back the same sides.
Yeah. Sam and Hong on the same page is a very spooky team, so.
Yep. I am just going to kick to this, and then Drago and Mason, if you want to talk about the game, well, I load in the stats and generate new assets.
The last game?
That would be great. Yep. Or the new one, whichever you want to do. I don't really care.
That's a funny ass DM. No fucking way. My go on God. Anyways, I will say I think they'll probably do a little more draft adaptation from this. I doubt the Elise is coming back out. The champion didn't. While he got ahead like early, it kind of didn't do anything post 20 minutes. Like
he did have the exact same scoreline as my Nidalee from yesterday, so take that as you will.
Yeah, they're basically the same champion. So
yeah. No other thoughts, Mason?
Not really.
Please just say something.
Arguably, I think Warwick was a little troll into their comp. I mean, it probably does counter the Lilia, right? Like that's the theory behind the build.
I feel like it did a very good job. I think it's in the same boat as the Elise, where it did a very good job of the one thing that they were trying to get it to do, but did like an abysmal job at anything else.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean Warwick top's really only good laning phase, and then he just kind of becomes a glorified tank after that.
Just like Warwick jungle.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I think Hong Bobo played really good mid lane. He was spacing really well against the Ahri.
Yeah. Getting the double solo kill was kind of fat. Like
yeah.
Bit of a gamer moment, to be honest.
That was a gamer moment.
Do you think we're gonna see any big changes in the bans before?
I think Victor doesn't make it through R1.
Yeah,
That's my only prediction.
Victor's probably gonna get banned.
Zach probably gonna make it though, and Misfortune.
Yeah. I think Zach probably won't make it because they've tended on the side of Kathy's, they've tended to draft a lot of resources or invest a lot of draft resources into their jungle. Like he's almost always their last pick for what I've seen.
So you think they'll probably just end up banning it at least by second round?
Yeah.
All right, that makes sense. I will pull up the highlights again. Champions, I believe, are just going to remain pretty much the same. I don't think anyone performed much better. Obviously, Eden's stats are going to change, but this Ahri is still prio for both teams. So could see that come out. I don't think Hong is really as interested in it as he was before. Healy stats and Hong stats are going to look pretty similar to what they were before. So I might just roll a different matchup, but we do have more data on this jungle matchup. Once again, insane performance from Sam on the Zac. I would kind of just love to see that pick come out again. It would be pretty huge, I think. But we might not get to see that. And if we see them draft around the Kindred, we might see less of a, like... Actually, I don't know. I was going to say we might see more of like a tank from Chris, but I don't think he's ever played a tank in scrims, so I don't know what would really happen if the Kindred gets locked in. I don't know. Do y'all have any thoughts on that?
I don't know. Kindred, good champion for Sam, so it would be very surprising if it doesn't come out at least once in the series.
I just don't know, like, if it's worth not having frontline. I know this team has run comps before where Lilia is their only frontline. I just know that's a bit
Risky, yeah.
Yeah. I am actually going to pull up a couple different highlights for us. I think there's some cool things that we can talk about going into the next game that we didn't necessarily get
Yeah.
to talk about.
I wonder if the Yeast still
as
gets
much.
banned. I know I've been playing a lot of it. So, and Sam S is like the other person that's played a lot of you
Right.
this
I mean,
season,
he
right?
picked it
The
in
2 games.
scrims before you did, so or at least like
Yeah.
this current iteration, so that could be big. Key matchup is actually going to be Healy and Will. Will was able to get his first win against Healy in this matchup. That has been played a couple times before now. Healy's AD carry champion pool is actually quite small, so I'm not sure if he's going to run back that same position. He's played Caitlyn, Ezreal, Ziggs, and Draven, whereas Will has played a lot of the Twitch. Jinx, Kaisa, Kog'Maw, and Jhin have also all showed up. I've heard that Kaisa is coming back into the meta, so we could see some more of that. That could be pretty interesting. I don't know how much Will's been playing of it recently, but I do know it's a champion that he's liked a lot in the past, so we could see some of that. Just want to
Could be
spotlight
hype.
Sam
Kaista is
for
like
a
a
little
very
bit.
highlight real champion.
True.
So
I mean, I think it would just be exciting to
a lot of
watch.
outplay potential. Yeah.
I do believe Sam, like, just looking at the stat line, it's disgusting. Obviously, his team has not had a lot of success this season, but they're making a very good run in the back half here. I believe his KD.
The deep run is potential there. They
Yeah,
could make another deep run. Like I'm kind of excited for it. Like uh all of their players have like started leveling up in terms of gameplay IMO. Like
yeah. I
they just feel a lot stronger than they did before. Like
Yeah, so Sam S actually has the highest KD in all of scrims for anyone with more than 2 games. And there's a
based.
lot of people who have had really good 2-game series that fall under him still. He is literally second highest of all time, and that is including a negative win rate from him. Something else to note is the 2 people with more than 10 games under him are Sam and Kathy. So Sam and Kathy being on the same team, or Sam S and Kathy being on the same team is kind of nuts. Both are able to pull insane KDs even in like losing games. So I think they are definitely players to watch going into this potential playoff run, and especially the end of the regular season. And also just like next season or just in signups, I think these players have been performing really, really well. So it's just really fun to watch. Our friends perform well. Another person to look at is Cam. Something to look at immediately here is we have these 68 games played and 44 champions. He does
Bit
not
of
like
a
playing the same thing
champion
every
savant.
time. So we might get to see something crazy come out here. Just looking at
That
his
is a dream.
champions, there is one champion he's played 4 times. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 champions he's played 3 times, and everything else is 2 or fewer. And there are not that many 2 champions. So I'll expect to see something we've never seen before. But some of the ones that he has played more often are Wukong and Pantheon. Jace, Maokai, Ornn, and potentially Sylas are the ones that I'm looking at for top lane. Other top lane picks he's pulled out in the past have been Gnar, Mordekaiser, Olaf, Warwick, I guess that we just saw, and then the Yone.
Yep.
The Yone is his best performing champion. Asterix, he went 8-0-6. Infinite KD is just kind of disgusting. Maokai, he's also performed quite well on. So things to watch.
I'd be excited to watch him run back the Olaf. The Olaf was kind of gross in the game when he
Disgusting.
played it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
especially if you have like an enchanter from Mimi.
yeah.
I think you could get a lot done with that. And then we'll just look back at the champs, which aren't actually going to be any different. So let's just head to draft. It should be starting in about a minute. Normally these drafts start about 5 minutes from the end of the previous game. I'm not sure why this one is delayed, but doesn't really matter. We had some stuff to talk about, so I am chilling.
True. That we did.
I don't know. I think it's tough for Mimaws to know what to ban here because I think you really want to take that Victor off the table. And Lulu has been basically perma-banned versus Kathy, and you kind of also have to ban the Twitch. So that leaves you with no wiggle room to try and ban anything else, which means that all the other champions that they banned, or not all the other champions, but it does mean that Kog'Maw is going to come through. So,
Yeah.
or at least
Also means
be
that
able to.
the Lilia is pretty guaranteed as well, which is really good considering he's a bit of a Lilia savant, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if he's like for sure gonna play it. Because it didn't go super well for him this game, but he knows how to play the late game on it so well that it honestly kind of doesn't matter. He was able to get to
Yeah.
3 items regardless of how
And
he
then
did.
do
And then
the funny sleep time.
sleepy time.
Nappy time, nappy time.
Draft should be starting now. I'm not sure who we are waiting for on it. We will see. Checking, it looks like Mima's is readied up. We are just waiting on Kathy's. I do think. Okay, we are starting now. This should be Twitch. Or okay, they're just banning the Kog'Maw. They don't care. So one of those 3 champions we discussed earlier is coming through. They could leave up that Lulu and then just grab it for themselves. Could be interesting.
Could be good, yeah.
Nivea's taken off the table. Twitch again and Seraphine. These are just the same bans, like straight up. I forget what the last ban here was. It's probably just gonna be, okay, Janna is actually being hovered and banned away instead of whatever it was last time, which I completely forget. So whatever. This
Looks
first pick, I'm hoping this will be a Lulu. I think giving Kathy I'm not hoping because getting to watch Kathy play Lulu would be awesome, but I believe they're probably just gonna lock it in to deny that pick away.
Yeah, I mean Mimi is a pretty good Lulu. Like I imagine this champion is gonna be pretty high contention if you're gonna leave it up on blue side.
Yep, and here we go. First pick.
Woo!
Oh,
The
Raka
Raka.
at the
Okay,
last minute.
okay.
I
So they're
think this
going
is-
for the Raka Lulu handshake. I feel like Soraka should mathematically outscale the Lulu, right?
That's what I'm thinking. Lulu does do a really good job of just preventing you from playing other champions, though. Like,
Yeah.
I think from what I can see statistically, the matchup is kind of even. Lulu's gonna have more things that she can do. She just isn't going to be doing that just pure healing as well as the Soraka because no one can. Let's be honest, except for maybe the cat. But we'll have
The
to see.
kitten.
Okay, and we're just running the MF back here. Nothing too crazy. They're confident.
Low
that,
synergy with Lulu, but I don't think that really matters
yeah,
too
I
much.
don't think so either. It is interesting that it gets locked in. I was hoping for Will to play a bit more of a hyper carry because he does have a few of those that he's kind of crazy with, but
Yeah.
they're just gonna go back with what works, and maybe they'll try and mix something up later on in the series if this doesn't work out for them. I will say, since we are heading into playoffs, or not necessarily playoffs for them, but we are heading into matches that are high importance, right? So not leaving what you have in your back pocket could actually just be big here. So running back same champions is not actually the worst thing you can do. Jin is
Looks like the Jin is coming out. It's a pretty common counter pick into MF, right?
Yeah. It kind of just neutralizes her. I don't think Jin really has the potential to like smash an MF unless you just get like really far ahead.
Yeah. Dave's Jin is pretty good too, right?
Yeah, I don't
Looks
know
like
if
the
that's for
Lux is
sure
coming
what
out.
they're doing. Healy does play a lot of Lux, so we could be seeing Eden playing a different lane here. Or this could be Eden on the Soraka and Michaela mid.
Surely not Hong is egoing the Felios mid. Do it. Zeri mid also works. Kind of similar.
It we
This champ has
could
been Astro nerfed like
we
8
could
billion times,
also
but
see Misfortune mid. Because I don't think it's a
oh,
terrible
true,
pick.
true.
We've had people in the server play it a lot this season. And it would be kind of Giga Brain if you hover the Misfortune, they lock in the Jin to counter it, and then you just throw a different ADC. I will also say Jin absolutely doggies on Zeri, so I'm kind of hoping that's not what they're doing. Warwick is banned
Yeah.
away here
Does Zeri even have
in
a good
Zac.
lane anymore?
Yeah, Zeri's good into a few people.
No.
The lane
She has like
itself
a
isn't good, but there are certain champions that typically would want to bully weak early lane champions that
Mhm.
aren't really able to bully Zeri. So she's able to kind of get where she wants to be
Yeah.
without them getting the leads that they want. Something like a Kalista, Tristana, Neela, Caitlyn. I think she does pretty
yeah.
well into. And
I will
also,
say
Cog she can
you
kind of
go.
outrange, and then Varus is really hard to hit her with your ultimate, which is pretty important, but she doesn't really have winning percentages into them. It's just like not as bad for Zeri as it could be.
Makes sense. The
Um,
Shyvana ban, the
Lilia's
Kha'Zix
left
ban,
up.
and the Zac ban.
I'm expecting to see a
Uh,
Lilia lock in here.
yeah, me too. We could see an
Uh,
Udyr pick. The Udyr is up.
a Mumu
Oh,
hovered.
Amumu. Mumu jungle is pretty strong.
I agree. And also, they have 3 immobile carries, so that could be huge.
Yeah.
Mordekaiser also hovered. I prefer the Amumu here. I'm hoping we just see that locked in, and then Chris gets his R5 counter pick again. And it's Mordekaiser. I'm not sure which lane that's going in. I really hope it's not top lane. I'm expecting we'll see an Olaf here because Olaf just kind of craps on their entire
Dookie's on. Yeah.
like he should just be able to roll this team comp.
Could also be an Udyr. Udyr has a lot of value here, like
It
double
could be
Phoenix
both.
into their team.
It could be
Yeah.
both champs. I am excited to see what these lock-ins are going to be, and then Kathy's will have the ultimate pick to kind of close this off. I'm liking this draft a lot less than I like the previous draft from Kathy's.
From Kathy's? I agree.
That's a
I just feel like
non-pick
Zeri
draft.
makes all of your drafts really questionable, honestly.
Yep,
What's the blink pick?
it's Mundo.
Oh, is it bugged?
No, he said lag.
So then what's the pick before it?
Echo.
Oh, it's Mundo. It's Mundo top?
Yeah.
Okay.
How do I make
So
this
the
smaller?
blink pick is
Why
uh,
is the Dr. Mundo so large?
there you go. You want to move it? Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they pick Echo?
Yeah.
Interesting.
I mean, I like it. You have 2 squishy characters. Except this is what I'm talking about, that the Lulu, like,
The Lulu
Echo's
just
gonna go in and
ratios the
just
shit out
poly.
of Echo. It's so hard to
Oh,
Yeah,
play.
Echo's
okay. And
kinda
we have
Echo's
a
not a good
Kale
pick
locked
here.
into Mundo. I am very glad they saved their counter pick for uh Chris.
So
This is gonna be
yeah,
fun.
it's a more jungle than okay. Wait, Udyr kind of slaps into that team comp. I don't know. I feel like if Cam goes stuff with Udyr, maybe it pops off, but that's pretty hard to predict. So
I don't know what lanes they're playing, but I don't think it's this. It could be, but I highly doubt it. I will have to wait till we
yeah,
get invited into the game to figure that one out, I think. But I don't know. I kind of really like Kathy's comp as long as the Lux and Echo aren't able to just pop people. So if they're able to position well and ensure that the Lux and Echo don't get too fed, I think they have a pretty easy time just outranging that composition. But Lux is definitely someone to watch out for because she could get insane value by just snaring these carries.
yeah. I just feel like Mundo is such a weird pick here, but that might just be gem pool issues. TM. I imagine it's probably Dave ADC Mimaw Mimaw bot with
I
the
mean,
rocket, right?
both Healy and Dave have played Jin.
Oh, it could be Healy. Yeah,
I
okay,
think it's gonna be.
never mind.
I don't know.
I think it could be Healy Jin
It
and
could
then
be Eden
Cam
playing
Jungle
Mundo.
with the Echo, and then Dave Top with the Mundo question mark.
I mean, it's either Eden top on Mundo, which would be surprising, or Eden Soraka. Because I assume if the Lux is going mid, it would probably be Mimi on it. Okay, it looks like the only change we're having in roles is Dave and Cam swapped. So Dave is going to be playing the Mundo top lane, I believe, unless they're doing some like bit of trolling out here. I'm unsure. And then the roles for the other team, I believe, are going to be the same. But yeah, I mean, we get to see Cam's Echo. I'm excited. It's been a hot minute since we've seen that champion. If he's ever played it, I think it's gotten banned a lot of times, and I don't know if it's for any like actual reason or if people just see he has high mastery and know the champion's cringe. Healy
This
also
champion
plays
is
the
really hard
Echo.
to deal with if you get ahead as well. As a fellow Echo enjoyer, I think this champion is a little weak in current meta.
I think so as well. It's probably why
Post
he's getting
durability
buffed,
patch, a
right?
bunch of other stuff. It's like hard. Yeah.
Raka is Eden's favorite champion. Um, that is good to know, but I don't believe she's playing it. So
I agree. I
I
feel
was
like
hoping that's what it was gonna be. I was hoping it was gonna be a Mimi mid angle, and then Eden was gonna be on the Soraka, but Mimi is stepping in and saying, "What the fuck? I like Raka too." So you know, Eden's stuck on mid duty with the Lux. So we'll see. We'll see how that goes for them. I'm not gonna lie. I thought going into the series that Russ was gonna play, because I thought he was available. I'm not sure why they didn't do that, because now they do have two support mains that they have to figure out. But I've also heard that Russ is role swap to support as well. So
wait,
I
wasn't
don't
it
know.
Russ jungling, or am I a goofy
He
person?
did, but I don't think he plays jungle. I think Rammus was just the only champion he played, so that's what they did.
That's fair.
I don't really know. I'm kind of confused on it. Whatever. I will go over here. Here are the player highlights. If we knew Dave was going top, we could have known to expect this Fiora. He is undefeated on the pick. Could have been something cool to watch. And Cam in the past has jungled on the Zac. I think that role swap could have allowed them to pick up Zac first pick. But obviously, we didn't see that, so a bit unfortunate. Healy is staying in the bot lane this game, it seems. So we will get to see that matchup we highlighted, which I'm kind of happy about. It would have been a bit of clown activity if we didn't get to. I also think Sam on the Amumu is pretty interesting.
I mean, it does sort of like play a similar role to like Zac. You play like you go engage,
he didn't play Amumu. I'm
do all that fun
him
stuff.
on the Mordekaiser is very interesting.
Oh right, the Mordekaiser, yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, what Amumu, but I was gonna go with it anyway, so.
Yeah, I don't know. Sorry, my brain is a bit scrambled today. I had a long day of work. You know how it is.
Yeah.
It will be Hong on the Zeri mid, so that's exciting for sure. Some matchup details to look at. Cam and Sam have never played each other in the jungle. Cam is 2-2, 2.3 in the jungle historically. Records on these champions. Teddy is 2-1 on the Zeri. Not all of these are mid lane games, I will say that. And we have 4 first time in scrims in this game. Healy on the Jhin, Eden in mid lane on the Lux, and Dave top lane on the Mundo. Cam has played Echo 1 time before, so I guess it was banned for some reason. 3.6 KD, pretty good. And Kathy has gotten her Lulu only twice and has a 4.57 KD on this champion, despite having a loss in those 2 games. So this seems pretty spicy. This is definitely a less... It's harder to know what to expect this game, because these champions haven't been played by these players as many times, but it is cool to see adaptation from both teams, willing to play some champions that they either haven't played before or haven't played as much as the champions that they locked in last game. So it is just pretty exciting to me personally. Looking at the player matchups, we just have last game for mid. Kathy is 8 KDA all time versus Mimi, and Will has kind of brought it back against Healy a little bit, but nothing too surprising there. A lot of the same that we saw last time. And the only matchup we have data on is the Misfortune versus Jhin. 2-2 overall, but because Misfortune has just been the better champion when most of these games were played, I believe that is why she has the better KDA. but the win rate is 2-2, so does a pretty good job of neutralizing the misfortune. So you're giving up a pretty strong champion to the other team, but you are able to draft something that kind of like mitigates it. I think the big downside of it, generally speaking, is that Jin isn't very good into tanks, but they only have one on the other team, and a lot of the times he's not even going to be in the team fight. So that's not too bad for Jin.
I've brewed my potion.
Do leak the recipe.
About like 3 shots of whiskey and gamer subs.
Oh no, not the whiskey gamer subs combo. I feel like that wouldn't be as good. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh yeah, no, it doesn't taste as good as like vodka, but
Fair.
because this is like 45% whiskey.
Jesus. I feel like I don't know. I feel like the rum is the angle there, right? I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah,
feel
like a white
if you're
rum would
mixing,
probably be the best.
yeah. I don't know. I feel like if you're mixing a sweet drink, that's like the better way to go. But
Yeah.
oh well.
I'm just working with what I got.
Fair. I will say, Lulu not great synergy with Misfortune, but very good synergy with Zeri and Kale. So that might kind of help to mitigate it. I know on the most recent patches in Pro Play, Zeri Lulu was a very high prio combo. Obviously not going to be in the bot lane, but Hong might be able to get some stuff done by just being able to get extra levels on this mid lane Zeri from the solo lane experience, and then still going to be able to get just as buffed from the Lulu later on in team fights. I don't know. What are your thoughts on this draft, Mason? Who's got the better lanes? Who's going to have the scaling advantage later in the game? All that.
I'd say it's like kind of hard for well, I mean, it's kind of hard to say anything but the Kale is gonna outscale, right? Like,
True.
but hold on, sorry, I'm trying to jungle right now.
Certainly, you're not playing League of Legends during the cast.
Surely I would not. Surely I would not. Surely I would not. Yeah, you're right. You're right. You're right. Surely I would not. Surely I would not. I think the Mundo should be able to like kind of doggy the Kale early.
Yeah.
Depending on how fed Cam can get on this Echo, to be honest, the game is like kind of on Cam's back here because he has a bunch of tools to maybe like facilitate him being able to carry, but he definitely has to put in a lot of work compared to like the rest of his team to make this pick useful. That's my opinion, at least, because Echo is like, if you're behind, you do nothing. If you're ahead, you do everything. So
Yeah,
True,
I mean, I
true.
think if Eden is able to show why Zeri mid is an awful pick, I think this game would be really scary for Kathy's Kittens as well.
agreed.
Because if you're able to hit that Q on any of the backline targets, they're just going to die if you're fed enough. Kill ult kind of does make up for it a little bit. But I don't know if you want to have to burn that for a Lux ulti because there's a bit of a cooldown differential there. There is a prediction. You can predict with channel points if you think you know who is going to win this game. So just make sure to do that if you are interested. I don't know if anyone has predicted anything yet.
Yo, I can use my Prime sub on Scrim Zone.
Hey, let's go.
Yeah, give it to our overlord Dean Jones. You know.
So true.
I don't use it, so I might as well.
Hey, Draco, subscribe with Prime. No way. We never knew this was going to happen. Thank you.
Guys, if
Bro.
anyone else
appreciate
has
it.
any Prime subscriptions, hit that subscribe button.
True.
Surely League will actually show. Okay, here we go.
Welcome to Summoner's Rift.
Vance in chat, upset that he didn't get invited to sub for Mimaws this game. I think reasonably so. That could have been fun to watch.
True.
Especially because they
I
are
agree.
off-rolling multiple people into the jungle this game, or this series, but it's kind of sad. He hits the JK LMAO, he does not care. Looks like there are a lot of Mimaws predictors.
Really? That's
Or
interesting.
there's
I feel
one
like
there's one person who dropped an absolute bag, and then someone
Yeah.
dropped an even bigger bag for Kathy's. So
Honestly,
Anne says Mimaw's
Mimaw's
solos.
Mimaw's team looks really scary because with Echo, Lux, and Jin, any of those three get ahead, they just one-shot pretty much everyone
Teddy's
on their
just throwing
team.
some Qs in the mid lane, and Will is actually going to be late. He did DC from the game, so there was no punish coming out for Mimaw's on that play, but I guess there could have been. I don't think there's any judgment for who you predict, even if you are a sub for one of them.
Minions have spawned.
I'm excited to see the Mordekaiser jungle. I do think it shuts down the Echo a lot, though, if you're not too far behind. And, like, at the very least, Cam flashed. Echo no flash. I think that actually kind of dooms them a lot, especially because he didn't bring the Hex Flash. So, we have a GG from the top laner. He thinks that there's no shot that they win if the Echo cannot get a flash play until 6.5 minutes. I think Cam's just knows he's going to win and doesn't need the flash, you know? Clearly no other reason that he would flash there.
Definitely just a sign of BM.
Exactly. But yeah, anyway, if Echo dives in on the back line, I'm expecting to see Polymorph thrown down, and then probably while the Poly is still active, probably a Mordekaiser ult thrown onto that guy, and just as much damage from Mord as possible while he's not able to trade back.
why put the electrocute on Echo? That's so weird. In my personal opinion, I feel like you always go either Harvest or First Strike. First Strike if you know you can gank a lot of lanes. Like,
Okay,
you want to
Dave
pressure
is getting
super
a lot
early.
of work done onto this Kale. You are definitely right. Yeah, I agree. I think the argument is normally Electrocute is just Dark Harvest, but you don't need to get fed for it to be good. But First Strike kind of just replaces that and does the same thing. So, I don't know.
Agreed.
This Mundo is doing some bullying, but all Kale really needs to do is just hit 16 here and she's completely fine. The root comes down onto Cappy, and the Echo is here to pick up the kill. If he misses a kill because he has no flash, that's tragic, but he's able to pick up one, and he should be able to pick up a second as well. Will should just die here. Double kill goes over to the Jhin. Healy performing a lot better than he did last game. You absolutely love to see it. Chris is getting quite low, but the Mordekaiser should be here. Something to note is that even if Mordekaiser hits the pull, it's not going to do anything because of Mundo passive. Kale has absolutely no way to proc that himself.
Yeah, the Mundo pick might just be kind of Smurf here. They have like very little way to stop him from walking through their team, except for Kale ult, peel, DM.
Yeah, I mean, they have Mordekaiser E and Polymorph, and that's the only CC you have on this team. At least only a hard
Yeah.
CC. Mordekaiser at level 4 is not going to have the ultimate, so he should not really be able to take this 2v1. He kind of waffles around in the river a little bit. It's not able to pick up the Scuttle Crab. Cam is starting off this game quite well. He's down 6 CS, but he's gotten 2 assists, and I think an assist is probably worth more than a jungle camp, so good on him. Hong, a little cocky this game, started the call. Has 70 stacks on it at the moment. Those should go down and convert into 350 gold reasonably quickly. I believe in the Hong Baba carry. Mundo does have Ghost, so his ability to just flash under tower and pop kill is simply not there. But we do have Echo who's trying to come for a gank here. Should be able to light up the Kale. Again, if he misses a kill here because he doesn't have flash, that would be absolutely tragic. But I don't see that happening.
I think the
Kale burns
ward,
flash
he is
a bit
spotted on
late.
the ward, but
Yeah.
huh? He should get, oh, no flash. Yep. If he had flash, he kills there, but that's really funny.
Yeah, I think the healthy way to look at this for sure is that if Cam had the flash, he would have flashed after the Kale and died under tower. So it's good that he didn't have it. It was all like
True.
the long con. He flashed so that he didn't die for burning flash in a dumb way. clearly this is true. No other explanation.
Yeah, that sounds pretty valid.
Will and Kathy are doing surprisingly well for how this lane started for them. I think that's just like a nod to how strong that lane is. Teddy gets hit by a snare here, dashes forward through the E, does not end up getting hit by it. Will is rooted here. Cam is here.
Still
Will
looking
gets
for
rooted
plays.
again.
This is how he needs to play
Cam
early game
gets a
though. Gets the
onto
stun down.
Lulu. That should be
I don't think he
at
has the
least
damage.
one.
Oh, he does. Nice.
Yeah. Unfortunately, he only gets one kill there, but still 3-0 start is huge for Mimaws.
Yeah, Cam's doing really well in the Echo. This is like his most comfortable champion by a country mile, so.
What about a city mile?
Electrocute is working out for him. I feel like he would just have more gold and have the same amount of damage if he went at first strike, but that's...
But then he doesn't get 3
It's what it
domination
is.
secondaries. Will's just dead here, not respecting the Jin. And that should also be first dragon to Cam and Mimi.
Game 3, game 3, game 3.
Could be. I think
High
this is
five, high
another
five, high.
game where the outscaling is definitely a factor. Sam is up 20 CS on Cam here. Chris is down a decent amount of CS, but he hasn't died yet, and he's not too far down in levels. As I say that, Dave gets the level 1 on him first, but he is incredibly close to also having the 6. Dodges the Q pretty well. Should just be able to walk out here. Dave could choose to go for a dive here with ultimate, but it's just going to poke him down with the Qs, and there's not much he can really do. Okay, the Ghost is coming out from Mundo. Chris is in a bad spot here. He's likely just dead. Doesn't path directly towards tower, which I think is going to result in him dying. He gets into tower range and then immediately dies. This is a 5-0 start for Mimaws. Hog almost walks directly into the stun zone, but gets rooted and killed. This is another kill going over to the Echo. 6-0 start for Mimaws Kittens. This is an absolute smash so far. Hong is at 64 CS. That call is about to get completed. I just don't know if the power spike he's going to get after completing it is enough to make his champion useful.
Also true. Zeri is just kind of bad now. It's kind of funny.
Sam is
How the turn's
6.
tabled.
If someone walks up to ward, they're likely just going to die to the Mordekaiser. I don't know if either of them are going to do it. Healy is also 6. Sam is biding his time here. He's really wants to get something done and doesn't want to greed for it and give away his plan. Kathy trading somewhat aggressively, but this lane should just end up pushing into Kathy's. The control ward should be enough so that Sam doesn't get spotted. Soraka walks up. Silence. This should just be a kill onto Soraka. Not sure if they need to burn the Mordekaiser ult for it. He's just saving it in case he needs it. He does burn it, but now he's just not getting it. He's waited way too long to ult. So the Soraka is able to just walk out. I think that could have been played a little better, but I don't know. It's just unfortunate for the side of Kathy's Kittens. Misfortune is now running a pretty big CS deficit, and there's a 2-level difference in the top lane, so this game is just getting worse and worse for Kathy's Kittens. And Will almost dies again. The Lulu ulti and Misfortune flash have to be burned, and Healy still has ult. So probably at least one of these champions are going to die, if not both. Oh my god, Will flashes into the ult and dies. That is
Lord,
nightmarish
it's a bit of a roll
for
for me,
Kathy's.
but sheesh.
Hong is quite
Good
low
ulti from
here.
Healy.
And Camp has Echo ult, but
This is the
he's
ulti
not going
I
to burn it
needed,
because
but-
he can just get without it. But Hong
Hong flashes
flashes
away.
so well. Will is screaming for FF. Not what you want to see. And all Dave has to do is hit another cleaver here, and this is a kill. Does it? Chris does not respect the damage from the Mundo. This is a 9-0 game so far. Absolutely brutal.
Nah, they got this.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think Will is a bit tilted. He's down 3 levels on the enemy AD carry, and he just burned his flash to flash into a 4th shot that was not going to hit him. That is tragic, and he is not afraid to express that in all chat, so we'll have to see. The agency is going to be on Hong and Sam this game to carry, I believe. They are the 2 members of their team that are running the lowest deficit, but they also have fewer gold than any of the 3 carries on the other team. So it's a bit rough for them. Hong is about to complete this cull. Again, not sure that's going to do enough for him. Will is getting quite low. Healy burns the Gale Force, gets a kill onto Will.
Healy is sort of some murphing in Pislow on this fucking Jin pick.
Kathy
It is one of his better
quite
ADCs
low.
in my opinion.
Kathy burns the ultimate and just successfully dodges the W, so not sure if she needed to do it, but was not confident in her dodging skills. Echo might be able to pick this up. Oh, that back was so close to going off. The Poly comes down, the Ignite as well. Cam might just give up here, but Healy's looking for something. Misfortune's about to be here. The 4th shot's not able to get enough damage. Oh, but this is just going to wipe tower. Kathy is stuck between a rock and a Rift Herald. Cam gets the kill there. Should just be able to pick up another one onto Will. And yes, that is a double kill for Cam. Will's game crashed again. Rage pause BM. And Mimaw has been getting more than a kill per minute this game. It is kind of disgusting.
And they haven't died for it either. It's crazy. They sat up in their gamer chairs. What can I say?
Yeah. This game is looking quite doomed. Teddy has finished this call. He's sitting on 1350 gold, which is not going to be enough to get him shield bow, but he will have a lot of value. Not sure how long this pause is going to run for. Okay, and it is done. Just going to step the game back a little bit. Oh, there was almost a kill on the top side of the map while this was happening. Oh, that's so close. That's just painful for Kathy's there. Okay, I'm going to try and fix this with time controls. Okay, should be good now. Sorry about that. If anyone is wondering what that giant green letter on the screen, I have no clue, man. Like League of Legends, they're doing something. And this is going to be the second Drake of the game picked up for Mimaw. Obviously, this is a best of 3, so Kathy's does not lose the series if they lose the game here, but it is really hard to keep your mental in check after this game if it goes down like it is currently doing. This could be a perfect game so far, but we will really have to see. Teddy is on a champion that is known for having the Zeri moment, where they get a pentakill when they weren't doing anything in the game. We will see if we are able to experience a Zeri
That was
moment
before
this game.
nerfs though. This champion is a little sussy now. I'm not gonna lie.
Can't be true. I believe in the Zeri moment, bro. Let me have it.
I mean, maybe. I mean, Hong would be the player to whip out the Zeri and have a Zeri moment in the server, but I don't know.
I don't know. I think if they draft a real team composition in the next game, it could go a lot better for them. Healy is looking to just 1v1 the Zeri, getting quite close to it, but ends up whipping the W. Not sure how much he's going to get on the back end of this. Sam is here to cover for his mid laner. And once again, I think if Kathy's has any chance of winning, it has to be on the backs of these 2 players. But both the Jin and the Echo and also the Mundo are absolutely terrifying. I'm not really sure how much you can do into those champions.
Yeah, especially with the comp you drafted, Mundo can theoretically just run away with the game.
Yeah. Quite literally.
Sure. Mundo goes where he pleases.
Cam is here to cover this. Hopefully they're able to spot him out and back off, or this could just get quite rough. Alright, looks like there could be a play going on top here. But Hong is also almost dived. The poly comes down. Cam's getting really low. But Lulu ultimately ends up dying, and I believe Dave is just going to get out here. I don't know anyone on their team who's able to do enough to him. Hong getting quite low, ends up dying to Cam as well. Healy gets low, but ultimately does not drop. This continues to be a perfect game for Mimaw so far. They are playing out of their minds. -1 in chat, anyone?
-1ers? Any -1ers?
Chris is ultimately just going to lose tower here. He just needs to hope that he can get out with his life. He should be able to. He dodges the first cleaver. But he is down 55 to 125 CS. This is a pretty doomed lane for him. This is a 7,000 gold lead at 15 minutes. Mimaw is playing super, super well. They should be able to just clean out this game. I'm hoping for the perfect game. I think that would be really cool. And then hopefully a banger game 3 as well. Echo's going for a dive under tower. Doesn't quite get it, but should just be able to pick up the tower itself. Not really sure what Kathy's Kittens can even do here. I feel like none of the champions on their team really have the potential to just flip a game on its head. It's all about just like playing until late, but I don't really see any situation in which they'll be able to have a fighting advantage versus the other team. Even when Kale's able to hit 16, if Kale's able to hit 16, she's 6 levels off, and the game will likely just end before that happens, especially with Mimaw's picking up this Rift Herald. Doesn't want to give over a single objective, so picking up another one is helping. Dave drops the far sight in the bush, looking to just run down Chris. He can do it easily. Chris just presses S and
He's
lets
so
it happen.
squishy, oh my lord.
Hong ults himself and gets ulted with the Lulu. This could be what he needs to carry, but he is simply just not doing any damage. This champion is dog water.
Agreed.
The Jhin ulti could just be enough to pick someone off. Cam is going for this, does not hit Teddy. Teddy goes over the wall. Cam ults himself to heal and gets the Soraka. Teddy is just not able to do anything here. This should be the easiest pickup of Cam's life. Just walks all over him. Objective bounty is claimed. Congratulations to Will for ruining the perfect game.
True.
That might be the one victory Kathy's is able to afford this game, though.
Yeah.
As this is
It's okay,
the
they'll
third
scale.
dragon at 17 minutes. There were like 3 Jhin traps under that dragon.
We go into the ye ol' silver scrapes.
I believe so. I don't know if I'm trying to blast that right now. Could be huge though. I really just do not understand what the win condition could possibly be here for Kathy's. I don't want to rule anything out, but I kind of also do, because I think it's true if I do. Eden clears out the wave there. This could be a kill for them. Teddy's able to hit a slow. Mundo cannot block slows. He takes the long dash through the wall. Has Ghost and Ultimate available, but chooses not to take it. Doesn't want to greed for the Mundo and result in more deaths for their team. Mundo does have a 450 gold shutdown, but I think if they're trying to burn that much for it, they'd want to go for the Echo or Jhin shutdown because they're just worth more.
Cam is buying Lich Bane
Oh
here.
wait,
This is really
this could be
funny
a
to
kill.
see.
This could be a kill. Healy gets pulled in. Oh, he bought the QSS just in case this would happen.
That doesn't
He
matter
should
though.
just be
He's
dead though.
too
That's
far up.
1,000 gold going up to Mordekaiser.
That's actually pretty big.
Yeah. I don't know if it's like game turning big, but Mordekaiser being able to 1v1 more people in the Shadow Realm is certainly important. Mundo is sitting on the Titanic Hydra and the Frozen Gauntlet, so doing quite a bit of work with his auto attack. Sam's caught in a really bad position here. Has no ulti to get himself out of it, so he's likely just going to die. Stalling out as long as he can. Flashes and gets the Lulu ultimate. They burned a bit for him. Teddy also has ultimate. Will is down. No ult or ghost from Hong to try and flip the fight yet, but we could see it later. Cam is able to get the stun on, I believe, 3, and then ults himself out. Here we go. Here's the play. Don't know how much Hong's gonna get. He gets caught by the root from the Lux, and this ultimately should just be a kill. Healy Gale Force is in. Hong's able to get a kill onto Healy, healing up shield bow. And Cam is not able to pick this up. The cleaver hits onto Hong, might not be enough. Getting a lot of damage, but not enough, it doesn't seem like. Will's going to try and go for a play here. He might be able to get it. Teddy might be able to, but that's 800 gold onto the Kale. That could be big too.
The 3 kills, baby.
Dude,
Winnable.
This could be the Genji versus Damwon moment. Like, I don't know. Like, if anyone is like able to pull it off, I think it would be Hong, but it would have to be ridiculous.
Yeah.
Hong does have more items than Echo, but I also think Echo hasn't based on his gold. Yeah, he's sitting on an entire item. I didn't say anything. Oh, you have a comeback in chat? It could happen. We could see no silver scrapes. Sam is playing insanely well this game, and Teddy has basically 200 CS, so there's definitely potential for something. I don't want to say it's likely, but it's possible.
Possibility.
The next dragon is spawning. I think Ocean Soul for the team with Mundo is kind of rough. It looks like Mimaw's Kittens is going for the Baron in exchange for the dragon. It's something that they can easily give up. Kale is spotted with the Farsight over there. And it looks like Kathy's is just going to try and kill them to punish this, but they're kind of in a really bad position here. Cam's going to get an insane flank. Kathy is about to get stunned here. The Polymorph might be able to save her, but she has to ult herself. Lulu ultimate burn for Proto Belt, and that's basically it for the Echo. And I think because they went to contest the Baron, it just means that they lose soul. Sam could try and get something done with like a smite to steal it, but it's incredibly rough, and I think they have vision on him, so they're just not going to let him do this. Healy is sitting on the QSS, so he has no way of locking him down. Sam ults, I believe, the spell shield. They're able to pick up mid-turret, but they do give up Dragon Soul at 23 minutes. But gold lead is under 6,000, but I think it's going to get a bit more than 6,000 once Mimaw's Kittens is able to walk up to the Baron and secure it.
Yeah. Yeah. The soul on Mundo in this game, kind of OP, bro. What the fuck?
Yeah, we do
And
have
the
a
Raka?
misfortune split push here.
Yeah.
big.
Honestly, Dave could honestly go Sphere Visage, and it's probably fucking GG. Like, there's no one on that team that'll kill him anymore.
Yep, the TP is coming down to stop Misfortune from taking the tower. Good choice, I think. And they're able to pick up the Baron, no smite required. Kale is at level 13. Halfway to level 14. I don't know. I think Kale and Zeri have done a really good job at mitigating the losses that they've taken this game. Bro, I can't speak. My throat is like gone.
It happens. I mean, Kathy is just desperately trying like so hard. It's really funny, but
I don't know. I
it
feel
is
like
a little bit
I
of a
wanted
hard
to
spot.
rule it out,
Yeah.
but they've brought it back so much.
Yeah, a
Mimaw
little
and
bit.
Zeri could just be caught out here, though. It's looking a bit rough. Mundo has no TP, so it's hard for them to make plays at the moment. Kale is splitting here. She might be able to just take out this entire tower. Echo might be able to kill her in return, but I don't know. She has not hit level 14 yet. Did now. And Echo is not even looking. So this should just be a free tower for the Kale. I would hate to see Mimaw fumble a game by just not playing the macro well. The Gen G Damwon game in question was simply just won by insane base defense and team fighting. But seeing a team fail to keep up the pressure would be a bit unfortunate. Hong is trying to 1v1 the Mundo here essentially. Kathy is way out of this fight. Actually able to apply buffs though, so kind of changes the game a little bit. Hong has double sums and ultimate. This could swing it. This healing is insane, but he's able to trade for the Lulu, but now they're just pushing the base. Kale is here. Teddy's recalling to try and join this fight back up. 249 CS, 2-3 and 2. Not a bad scoreline given how this game's been going. Kale ulti is available, and these three might be able to get something done here. They're just trying to stall out the Baron at this point, though. Okay, Cam absolutely just lights up Chris. Do you have some leakers in Twitch chat? Please, do not talk about the game while it's still going.
Agreed.
Hong is getting absolutely just gunned down here. It's a bit unfortunate. Healy's getting quite low. Hong ghosting for it.
They just don't die. Ocean Soul is super balanced, I think, guys, for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, they were in a commanding position before Ocean Soul. I shouldn't say that, but
Yeah. I mean, it kind of sealed the game.
yeah.
A lot of souls would do that. I do think Kathy should not be too upset about how the ending of this game went. They were actually able to pull it surprisingly not
Back,
close,
yeah.
but
They brought it a little
it didn't feel like
back, honestly.
didn't feel like a completely one-sided game.
Yeah.
I don't think that they're going to be able to do anything here. But you know, I don't know. Maybe Will was apologizing just for his performance. The rest of his team won the game.
True.
Except now Chris is getting
For
caught
sure.
out, and I think when this happens, that might be doom. He flashes, but still gets hit by a cleaver. He should just die here. Or maybe they just take the flash. Who knows? Right, Hong is going in on this, has the ultimate, chooses to wait to burn the ultimate, probably just knows that he's not going to end up with the kill. And Cam is running into the base. I believe he's just going to try and hit Nexus and end the game.
That's so cringe of you, Cam.
I don't think he's
You're not trying to
actually gonna-
McDonald's 5v5 behind the fucking dumpster, man. Come on, that's so cringe. Ending the game, weirdo behavior.
Oh, and Kale is caught out here. Ults, but is not enough to save him.
Yeah. The amount of damage coming out from Mimaw is just gross. I think also putting like 5 of them on comfort, or like at least 3 of them on comfort is super big. Ima.
Yeah. Oh, the stun comes through on Mordekaiser before the ult goes off. Hong should probably just die here. Yep. He's gonna end this game 2-4 and 2. A bit tragic. Will with the BG in chat. And Cam just ends the game. 30-4, 10k gold lead, 11 towers to 3. Absolute stomp. And I am going to stop talking for a hot minute because I don't know if I can anymore.
Are you okay, sir? What the hell?
Dude, my voice is just gone. Casted too much. Alright, I'm running ads. I'll pull up the next game stats.
Some draft adaptations I'd like to see. I think Echo doesn't make it through next game. That champion was really strong. Kev made a lot of early plays. Maybe it's just champion comfort, but like it's still like so it felt so strong to play versus or play against, right? Maybe, I don't know.
I don't know. I think you're right there. I really don't see that Echo coming back. I think they should also just draft a real team composition.
True.
Because they had
No,
absolute-
Zeri mid's kind of gas, bro.
Well,
I
they
don't know
had
what you're
absolutely
talking about.
nothing that could stop Mundo or Echo.
Yeah.
Like no CC on the entire team is just a bit unlucky. 1306 performance on the Echo is insane. Also shout out Eden with 1-0-9, pretty banger. And then 11, 2, and 10 on Jin and 0-0-20 on Soraka are not that bad either. And as well as the 5, 2, and 6 on the Mundo. Most damage on the team, by the way, and in the game. Hong actually outdamaged everyone else in the game besides the Mundo. So I guess shout out to him for not losing as hard as he possibly could have, but
Yeah.
you know, is what it is. I believe we are actually allowed to play Silver Scrapes on the stream. Because it definitely shows up as a copyright claim. I don't know. I'm gonna hold back on it just because I don't want to risk the copy striking. But you know,
Agreed.
I just hope that they draft real champs. Just hope
And you're
this
just
is
a hater on Zeri, bro. Come on, shaking your
I
head.
am unapologetic about it.
I think I'm gonna sit this one out.
Alright, it was fun.
Yeah, it was fun. It was fun. See you guys.
Dang, Env got paid out huge, ginormous. W.
I've lost money. Not money, but channel points. Channel point troll. $4.7k, that's crazy. Okay, looks like there's going to be a bit of a delay just because Will's going to be doing some computer operations.
Unfortunate.
I don't know what side select there is.
I'm just okay. I've had this opinion for a little bit, but I think when you go to game 5, you should just play Rise instead of Silver Scrapes. It's a much better hype song.
Oh, I actually get copyright. Like,
I know, but like
that
just like
song
for
is
like actual
super not
events.
licensed. I mean, that's the reason though. They don't have the right. Like, they'd have to pay more money to do that, I believe.
Wait, really?
Yeah, because royalties would go to the other people on the song. Whereas Silver Scrapes, I think they
Okay.
just own it straight out.
That's fair.
I just don't get to know side selects apparently.
Nah. Who needs side select?
Silicats is all in practicing. You love to see it.
People actually practice in the server?
I think just Silicons.
Surely not, man.
Alright, they're choosing the same side. I'm gonna assume that the roles are staying the same. I think Cam in the jungle is pretty damn good.
Yeah, I think his champion pool is just more viable right now than Elise.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know if Dave plays anything else, so.
Alright, I now have the new assets, I believe. Boom, 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 boom. Alright, should be good. Player highlights. Apparently he's playing Wizard 101.
Based.
XD. Okay, so we are 5 minutes after Will fixes his computer. I will just toss up some highlights, I believe. Champs to look at. Well, we have two Infinite KD champions on this Echo and Lux. So we'll see if either of those champs come through again. Healy's Caitlyn is absolutely turbo smurf, and that champion is kind of donkey broken right now. So we'll see. We'll see if
The
that
donkey
comes out.
broken, man.
Also, Nami is huge as well. Also does synergize well with the Caitlyn. I honestly wouldn't mind just like the team comp as we see it on screen right now. That would be a banger draft for Mimaws. I would love to see it. I know there's no shot Kathy's is able to get their team comp because this Twitch is not coming through at all. So
It should. I want to see it, to be honest. But
I mean, it would be quite funny, but I really think I think Mimaws should just run back the same draft that they had last game and just hope that the tilt from Kathy's is too much. Will was clearly not having a good time in that game. And Hong was trying his best to keep that team in the game, but simply couldn't do it. And that will also bring me into our featured matchup for this last game, which will be the jungle again. Sam S has the better stat line overall, ignoring record. But this matchup in particular between these two players, obviously one game sample size, but 0.33 KDA versus the infinite KD. Let's see if Sam will be able to redeem himself versus this Echo. Notably, the Master Yi was left up last game and wasn't picked. So if we see something supportive, especially with that Lulu going over to Kathy's, we could have seen a Lulu Yi lock-in. That could have actually gone crazy that game. So we'll see if that champion does get taken off the table. If anyone on Mimaws is watching this and bans that champion because I said that, you're absolutely cringe. I hope that doesn't happen. I maintain that if you're playing in the game, don't watch the stream. Thank you. Not sure if that is the case, but just want to put that out there. Competitive integrity, TM. Healy is someone to watch this game, this last game, because he went super flippy this series. His first game was pretty awful. No offense. And then his second game went hard as hell. So we will hope that he plays in the way that he did in the second game. I doubt we'll see him go back into the mid lane, so we'll probably see some AD carries from him. The Jhin was a super good lock-in, but I think there's a high chance that Will ends up playing something other than the MF, because that counterpick was quite effective into him. The other player I want to look at going into this game is Hongbaba. He played a pretty good game in both games. Obviously, the second one did not pan out quite as well for him, but I think he did do quite well regardless. I wonder if we're going to see that Victor banned away again. I can't imagine we won't, so we'll see if he plays another kind of scaling typical mid lane champion or tries to go for something off meta.
Control mage, woo!
Yeah, I mean, I just don't want to see another ADC in the mid lane. I know he is comfortable on those champions, but I don't know. just something to look out for, I guess. I'm gonna run ads and go get something to fix my throat because, good lord, I'm dying over here. Oh, never mind. I can't run an ad, so. Silver Scrapes or Riot? Silver Scrapes or Riot? Yeah, sorry. I'm not getting copyright striked, bro. Just simply not doing it. I guess we can just take this time to look at the possibilities for what can happen in the rest of the season. See if Kathy's is able to pull this back if this game does not go in their favor. Because I believe Closeted Furries has 3 more series, so worst case is they lose 6 games, win 0, and best case for Kathy's is that assuming that they lose this game is that they go 2-0 on top of this. So I will pull up the data real quick and give the read. Not really sure what the outcome is going to be. That would put Closeted Furries game deficit at -6. And if Kathy's loses 1, goes up 2. Okay, so Kathy's is able to win the tiebreaker between them and Closeted Furries if they do end up dropping this game. So it's not like the highest stakes in the world. The only issue is that if Closeted Furries is able to win, I believe, 1 game in their next 6, or in like their next 3 series, they tie it up. And then if they're able to win 2 across the next series, they'd for sure lock their playoff spot. Of course, that's only if Kathy's ends up losing this next game, which is not... it's like, you know, still 50-50 at this point, right? So who knows what will happen. We'll also say Closeted Furries is playing the 2 highest seeded teams. So that could be interesting as well. I think there's also the factor of are they playing best of 3s or best of 1s, but I think it would be cringe to try and schedule just to get yourself a dub. But
Agreed.
know, from what I can tell, there is a possibility that they will not be able to play a game on Sunday due to illness and or hurricanes, in which case Closeted Furries and Silicats may just split the already played best of 3 that was 2-0 into 2 separate series, which would result in a loss of 0-1 for Closeted Furries, which still would not lock Kathy's out of being able to win the tiebreaker. So, you know, exciting stuff going on. But what really matters for this seeding is when we get down to the very last minute. The last game of the season should hopefully be, for dramatic purposes, Kathy's Kittens versus Closeted Furries, which would essentially be the game that decides which of those teams will end up in 4th place, assuming no crazy upsets happen before then, which is always a possibility. Just wanted to give everyone the little rundown on what could happen.
Wait, if we had thrown our games versus Closeted or Janley's Animal Service, would they still be in contention?
I don't believe so.
Fuck.
I mean, they're like 1-9, or they're 1-8. And they've just played more games than Kathy's has up to this point, I believe. I don't know. It could be interesting, but I just don't think that's actually how it works. Okay, anyway, Kog'Maw is hovered as the first ban. Locked in. Twitch banned as well. Okay, Echo's just banned first. Yeah, absolutely. Get this champion out of here. I think that's a better ban than the Janna. I think if we just ban Seraphine and Anivia on the side of Kathy's. Honestly, you don't even need to ban Anivia. I think if Healy flexes mid, I think Hongbaba will be able to outplay him, especially if that Victor doesn't get banned. I think you probably want to hold the Anivia ban for your last ban. So like the R3 ban. It looks like Janna is higher prio than Seraphine unless they're going to ban both of them and leave up the Anivia. Personally, I would want to see Seraphine taken away on the second red side ban, and then if Victor's left up, then you don't ban the Anivia, and then you just take the Anivia Victor matchup because that is crazy powerful for Victor. But Victor is taken away, so everything I'm saying is complete garbage, and you don't need to listen to it. This is just going to be a question of if they ban Seraphine or Anivia here. If Seraphine's left up on the table and Anivia's banned, there are plentiful amounts of Enchantresses on the table. Every team gets a choice.
We see the Raka Lulu trade again? I feel like that's what they're angling for, right?
I mean, it could be like a Raka Seraphine trade instead, is what I'm expecting. Udyr is banned.
Udyr banned!
So there's a lot of Enchantresses on the table here. This is quite exciting. I know Will's a big fan of playing Seraphine. It's just a question of, is Mimaw's going to pick that up first pick? And it looks like they're going for it. But the question is this a trap? I know Kaisa is considered to do quite well into the Seraphine. And if you get Kaisa Lulu, I don't know. Could be big. That's all I'm saying. I really hope that this is an intentional trap pick and Kathy has something planned for this exact scenario, because if they don't, that is like high, like I am ordering the clown makeup and shipping it to every one of their houses if that's not what this is.
Do we see the Silas come out? Silas is like the known Seraphine counter.
Yeah.
It does. You can steal the ulti.
It
is hard to match it up though.
It's like, okay.
Misfortune is like a really strong champion
that.
into Seraphine.
I don't know. The fact that they took so long to hover it means that they somehow didn't expect that pick to come out. Seraphine is actually like crazy good into Misfortune, so I'm just really sad that they picked this. There's a chance that they're able to make it work, but I don't know. I mean, Misfortune drops the ulti, and then Seraphine just dumps hers onto there. I believe... Okay. So what they're doing is they're sending probably Dave onto the Seraphine carry. And then, or maybe
ooh, the novel. Okay.
Yeah, I don't actually know what they're gonna do. This might be maybe Eden bot lane. And then Healy is almost definitely playing Anivia mid here.
Yeah, I can see that. That seems really cool.
I hate this lane. For Kathy's though, this is like turbo sinner. We've given up the Seraphine, and instead of having a good plan to deal with it, we've drafted like dog water into it. So,
why is Hog still picking 80 carries mid? Wait, I feel like Kaisa is horrible into MF mid, or into
Anivia?
Anivia, yeah, like you have to play into her ranges, it's so horrible.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just kind of like asleep at this point, like, I don't know. I was like so ready for some like Giga Brain draft strats, like you have Hong and Sam who have played a lot of experience in like college level esports. They're hovering the Master Yi ban, almost baiting Mimaw into banning it. I don't know. I was expecting some sort of like 5-head Giga Brain draft. Like maybe that's what's happening here. Maybe this is.
Maybe we're too stupid to understand. I understand.
Maybe this is the Kaisa into Seraphine, and like it's Misfortune mid, but I don't know.
The counter you've hovered. That's so funny. I could see an Olaf game coming out from Cam here again. Olaf looks gross with Seraphine and Soda. Like,
yeah,
sprint him down. You have the Anivia to create
they
pockets
banned
of like
Yi. I guess they're not playing it.
space for you.
Like, I have no words at this point. Like I'm not gonna lie. Like don't really know what I'm looking at
like
here.
you could go Bruiser top, Bruiser jungle, and then your team comp is fucking Smurf. Like you have like all the AP damage you need in your bot side. You literally just need to draft like 2 Bruiser-ish hyper carries, and you probably just win the game forever. Like
Yeah,
it's kind of illegal.
Yeah.
Iron jungle, anyone? This is clearly the Iron jungle spot.
For Kittens.
Yeah.
Yeah, could be true. Okay, okay. I actually kind of like this. It gives them a way to potentially just stun up all 3 of those champions. Because if you're able to take the
curse of the bullet time strat.
Here's the Olaf. Let's go.
Olaf. Okay. It's locked in. This could be
And
top.
Maokai. Okay.
Okay, it's fine. Arguably, I would have preferred another bruiser top, but I guess if you want to like the safe blind, I guess Maokai is good.
Yeah, I mean, also you do get the flex potential here. Olaf and Maokai can play into each other.
Yeah, and then just pick it into the Lilia. Like Maokai gets Spirit Massage, and Lilia just never dies,
Yeah,
or
I mean,
Lilia just never does anything.
We get sleepy time again on the table here, but I don't know. Kathy's is gonna have to play this game absolutely out of their minds. Like Teddy and Will are gonna have to have pop-off moments here.
Yeah.
I don't know which of them is playing which champion in which lane. That's all I'm gonna say. I really don't know. I feel like I don't want it to be Kai'Sa mid into Anivia. I would prefer the Misfortune to be playing into Anivia, but I think Hong has more carry potential on Kai'Sa. But I also think Olaf just kind of steamrolls all of them, so it's kind of tough. You also have no way to lock Olaf down with Lulu, or Lilia, and a Mumu. I just don't know.
Is this a Maokai jungle? Please don't lie to me, Eric. I feel like this cannot be a Maokai jungle. I feel like you need the Olaf in the jungle, so you have some AD damage on the map at all times, right?
I don't know, man. This is rough for real.
All I'm saying is Cam loves Olaf top. Well, he can love Olaf jungle. That's all I'm saying. I refuse to believe that sending the Olaf anywhere but jungle is correct. Like Maokai theoretically gives you a better team fight, but you need the AD damage on the bot side of the map. Otherwise, you just never kill anybody. I think it would be int draft. It would int draft, but it would be funny. Very true, very true. We do not underestimate the comedic value. Are you gonna swap to the? Oh, you're in the select thing. Never mind. Oops.
Yeah. I'll get the assets up though, so we can look at stuff. I'm trying to figure out what roles they're playing first. So I don't troll that.
Oh, that's fair. That's
I
fair.
believe I was correct that it. Okay, I believe. Oh, I really don't know. Yeah, so I think I'm just gonna wait to generate those assets until champions start getting locked in. So that I actually know, because it is a little bit tough. I'm gonna go get some more.
Yeah.
I'm gonna die if I don't.
Fair.
I'll just leave up drafts if you want to keep talking about it for a
Yeah,
little
I
bit.
can keep talking about it.
Thank you.
I will say I think the Anivia is just like insane here. Like you can create so many pockets of like immovable space for champions that need a lot of space. Like Lilia, you need a lot of space to play team fights. Kai'Sa is like a really short range carry, so like it's hard to play like fights into an Anivia as Kai'Sa because you always want to be like going in and stuff. Soraka has a really hard time moving versus the Anivia wall and the ulti to get in range of her allies to heal. I just think this Anivia pick is really good and they did not draft around it correctly. Yeah, and Mimaw also has a really hard time getting on Anivia as well. Hitting the Q, you have to like hit it twice, and then per ray you have enough follow up off that, right? And then you also have the Olaf following up, so it's super hard to be able to peel out of the Olaf with the Seraphine Sona behind him with the Anivia creating so much pressure for your team already. Like, I just think this is an amazing draft by Mimaw.
Doubt is the greatest enemy. Hey, you're lost. I get it.
I believe Kathy's is banning Sweat.
Based.
I can't tell what the other team is banning though, so looks like it's gonna be Olaf jungle.
As I said, it should be.
And Dave is gonna be playing the Maokai top. If they swap it, I'm gonna cry a little bit for multiple reasons, but
Yeah.
alright,
I agree with what you
Achilles
said,
and
Eric.
Nivea is able to get more value. I'm also just gonna wait to generate the assets until the two people in the bot lane lock it in. I believe it's gonna be farming Seraphine.
That's what you
Michaela
should do,
playing,
right?
but it looks like it is going to be Teddy playing Kaisa mid into Anivia, so kind of sleeper on that, but maybe he's just trying to ego Healy's classic pick, so we will see. They've banned Fizz, Heimer, Yi, and Brand.
Yes,
I don't
sir.
really know, and I was correct, it is a sweat ban on the other team.
Based.
I don't know. I will say it's kind of sad to see a lack of draft adaptation from the bot lane. You've pretty much just picked the same thing every 3 games, and it worked out decent in the first game. I wouldn't say it was great, and then it went really poorly in the second game. So the team's kind of figured out how to play into it, and you're just kind of drafting the same thing.
And praying for a new outcome, right?
Right. So I don't know. I do think Will just has champions that are better than Misfortune, and I don't think Misfortune is strong enough to necessitate
Anymore.
picking
Yeah.
it right. So I don't know. Hopefully they adapt in future series, or if this just works, call me a clown. I don't know.
Agreed. I will either way, but
Yeah, that's fair. I should have expected that outcome, but it is what it is. Okay, for the records, Eden has played this champion before. 3.5 KD, pretty damn good. Michaela 4 and 5 or 6 and 5 on Seraphine, pretty good also. 4.29 KD, disgusting. Healy 6 and 2, 4.0 KD, disgusting also. Cam 1 and 0, 4.0 KD, pretty gross. This composition is just kind of disgusting. I just
I
don't
still
really
stand
know
by
what
it could be
Kathy's
a little bit
does to
better,
it.
just by virtue of picking a more bruiser damage focused to top
Aatrox
laner, but
top lane, yeah, and then you just win.
yeah. Aatrox. There's like a lot of options. Camille would be really good here. Fiora, literally like any sort of a bruiser E top laner.
Oh well. But Chris, comfortable on the Cilia champion. Teddy has not played Kaisa in Scrims before, kind of surprising. Will has played a lot of Misfortune, not to great success. Kathy, a lot of Soraka, to pretty good success. And Sam, we have not seen play a Mimaw before. I don't know. I'm excited for this game. But
Agreed.
I think there's a lot of stuff put on Kathy's that they kind of need to perform to pull this one out. It's a very tough situation for them to be in. Udyr would have been so silly. True. Musa has such a hard time getting in on the bird, not gonna lie. True. Who would play Seraphine bot lane? Yuck. So true, Eric. We'll roll the other 2 graphics and probably run some ads to give myself a little bit of a break. There's no data on any of these matchups. Great graphic, Dean. You're doing it, man. These player matchups. Hongmaba has smashed Healy historically. Maybe he'll be able to pull this off again. Cam kind of ratioed Sam last game. We'll see if he's able to keep that up. Chris got kind of ratioed by Dave last game. Let's see if Dave's able to keep that up. Will and Mimi have never faced off in the bot lane. Not super surprising. And then Kathy and Eden have played 3 games against each other. Both performed quite well.
Sub
Kathy,
me in, I'll play Aurelia. True. Sub me in, I'll play Udyr. Thoughts?
so true. Sub me in, I'll play Oriana on Kathy's Kittens instead of Kaisa. Smile.
Literally any control mage instead of Kaisa, to be honest. Is he going AP or AD is the
I
question
hope
here.
to God he's not going AP. It's so bad. He might need to though.
You never know, man. There might need to be an investigation. Check his PayPal real quick.
Yeah.
Suspicious activity has been detected on the account, you know.
Yeah, I don't know. Alright, ads time. this game is looking very similar to Mimaw's first game of the season, where they kind of just drafted 3 Leandries and then piss smurfed on the other team, which may or may not have been us. So we will see. We will see. Chat highlight settings. Suspicious user. I'll turn them all on. I don't care. I understand how
Hello.
Twitch works for sure. Oh, Eric, are you here to bail me out?
Am I here to what?
To bail me out, bro. My voice is fading.
No, I'm just here to watch Smile.
Okay, that's fine.
I'm
That's
I'm
fine.
doing something right now. I'm doing homework.
Understandable. Teddy's taking his classic cleanse summoner spell.
Wait, are you in game?
Shouldn't be surprising to anyone. Yeah, but it's still loading in. I'll display it as soon as I can. We do have Divine Phoenix Anivia, Prestige, Ocean Song, Seraphine, Psyop Sona, and Meowkai.
Slay.
I would say one team is winning the skin game, but there's Vancouver and Mimaw on the other team, so.
True. That's on God.
Oh, I just hovered awards. No one saw that.
Welcome to Summoner's Rift.
Alright, this game's gonna be a banger. That's all I gotta say. It is the last game of
I'm
the
excited,
series,
yeah.
so there is some pressure on both teams to perform, but I think both of them got it. I'm a big believer. Will has DC'd again, and there's another pause. Double DC, both bot lane
Alright,
DC'd
hold on.
this
Surely
time.
it's not the Dark Harvest MF. I saw that wrong, right?
Okay, wait, I appreciate. Wait, no, I like this.
Really?
No, okay, see, because we are complaining about no adaptation, right?
I mean, I guess it is adaptation. Is it
No,
good
also,
adaptation? We may never
I mean,
know.
if your team comp, like if your style of play is hit the Lily Asleep or the Amumu engage on the Seraphine Sona to take them out so the rest of the team sucks, having the lethality on the MF to completely wipe them out is actually pretty good, especially when you already have the sustained DPS from the Kaisa, right? I don't know. I think there's potential. I think if your goal is literally just like absolutely shred Seraphine Sona, light them up, and then take them out with MF, I think it's good. I don't know. That's just my take, but who knows? We are going to just be paused here.
Some say the pause continues to this day.
True. I am just going to send some of the emote in Scrim's chat, as we know.
You know. If you know, you know. Our team is definitely not the biggest utilizer of the icing, bro.
I don't know. I think Kathy's might be doing it today, but this is like legitimate technology issues, not the DoorDash gap, so.
I would never order food before a game and then pause in the middle so I could go get my food. That's not me, dog. I have competitive integrity.
Yeah. True. Apparently my encoding is bad. I don't know what the good one would be, but
Mason is in fact famous for his competitive integrity. That's what I'm saying.
so
Can you name a single time where I did not abide by the summoner's code? And yeah, that's it really. Can you? I don't think so.
yes, but I'm not doing it on stream.
You can't even say. You can't even remember what I said, dude. Come on, shaking my head.
Sure. Okay, I've ruined our Twitch chat. These highlights are that's a bit much. I also don't know where they were when I adjusted them, so oops. Whatever. I think we'll. Oh wait, here I found it. Okay, but that's Master E. So true. Looks like this pause is a bit long.
Hey, whoa, hold on. Mastery flashing is not toxic. I will stand by this statement till the day I die. Like, it is
A summoner has
just like, it's like emoting. It's like, it's just a thing you can do, bro. Like, I don't know. Surely that's not VM, bro. Simply get better at your champion, and then you can have Mastery 7 too.
True.
Thoughts?
I mean, I think that's a real. It's truth. I don't know if you should be saying it, but I've reports Will might be a
Mastery flashing is so toxic, bro. Potentially not. I would disagree. Simply have better mental, Smile.
30 seconds until minions spawn.
It's definitely not bound to my T,
Disconnected.
so
A summoner has disconnected.
not based or wrong. Nah, it couldn't be. I've never been wrong in my life. Crazy analogy. Surely we're not equating mastery flashing to saying slurs, bro. Surely not.
Okay. Okay, we're trying our best. Michaela is saying that this is a UMBC server. It's correct. Incorrect. RIT server. Dan TechCurb, get in chat, support me on this one. I know my boy Eric O has got my back on this one for sure. Yes, sir. Let's go, the RIT server. Let's go. I think it may be correct that there are simply more UMBC players in here, but I think that's cringe plus ratio. Like, UMBC, more like UMLC, right? There we go. Banger joke. I should get a comedy award for that one.
Sure.
Disconnected.
More RT people and admin.
Disconnected.
True. Favoritism. Okay. And
I'm not a stinky
the
one trick.
Wi-Fi has.
What do you
gone
mean?
bad.
Dude, I have like, I think I have second highest champion diversity in the jungle role. What do you mean one trick? I have to play new champions every fucking game. I'm not mad, by the way.
True. All his champions get banned. How is he able to one trick? Also, this guy has
That's
like
on God, sis.
8 million masters, something like diverse individual. I don't know. I'm down 17 CS. Can we reset? Where is he sending this? Why am I just hearing? Oh, is this a Mumu crying? That's funny. I do not know what is going on this game. I apologize for the pause. But is it really a scrim zone best of 3 if there are no pauses? Right, that's how it works. I don't know. I'm sending more ice in chat.
Dude, I have like almost a million mastery on Master E because I played it to get out of fucking bronze through gold and get into plat. But that champion is so fucking boring to play in normal ranked League of Legends because it does like I don't enjoy playing champions that you can't like flexibly adapt to. Adapt to a game with, and Master Yi is the most chronically fucking same champion the entirety of the game, and it's so boring to play. And then you guys ban all my champions, so I have to play the other broken jungler because my team wants to win. Apparently, it's a little cringe to be honest, but It is what it is. I mean, if Dean Jones would let me, I would literally just play TF jungle the entire time.
Oh wait,
Thoughts?
when have I told you not to play TF jungle, bro? Last game, you were like, give me Trundle. You could have asked for a different champion starting with the T, bro.
Nah, couldn't be. Dean doesn't let me. I'm just saying. Just play Udyr through the ban. You have no fucking idea how much I just want to hard lock Udyr every time, even though it's banned, bro. You have no idea the temptation I face every day. I am God's strongest warrior because I face temptation every day and never succumb. So
So true. Jackson has subscribed with Prime. Thank you very much. I think we lost 3 viewers because I ran ads, but I'm running ads so that if people join later during the end of the game, pre-rolls off so they can watch it. You know, I'm respecting the viewers. Surely that's the take here. I don't know. I'm sure the pause will come back at some point.
A summoner has
Oh my
been
god.
connected.
Bless up. They've come back. I think. Just as the ad break comes back? I don't know. I think it's coming back. I spoke it into existence. So true. I don't know.
A summoner has reconnected.
Okay, they're both back. Maybe the game will come back. I think we're just waiting for Kathy to load back into the game. If I'm a prophet, I'm a prophet of the Church of Miles. There's no other acceptable option for me. So, can we get some Church of Miles spam in chat? Thank you, thank you. Once we get enough streams done as an affiliate, I will be able to make this emote available to everyone. I apologize. We do have an R from red team. Blue team has not responded to it, so I believe we will be back in game any minute now. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Big plays. The jungle leash coming through crazy. I don't know if the game timer's messed up here or no. Actually, they almost paid the price for being late to lane here, but Will only misses a single minion. And then
oh, he doesn't. Oh, he doesn't miss XP though. That's the most important part, right?
I'm gonna just watch Kathy and make sure she gets XP for this as well. There is some trading in the mid lane, so I don't know.
Oh, she does. I think she misses one.
Okay.
It's like really close though. It's hard to tell.
Yeah. Some heavy trading going down mid. It looks like it's in Teddy's favor, but not entirely sure. Hong is playing very aggressive here. The Olaf is going to be here. It's going to be rough. He's just trying to kill the Nivea. Is not even able to proc the passive. Teddy is playing super aggro here and gets punished for it. Ghost is blown from Olaf, but I don't know. That's just like an LE you have taken at this point. Dave is going in, trading pretty heavily into this Lilia. Not sure if it is going to be enough to secure a kill, but appears not to be. But he does have basically double CS, so that's pretty good for them. I think it is very important for Will to build Serpent's Fang this game. I don't know if we're going to see it first or second, or maybe third if we want Mythic and Manamune before that. We'll have.
You think he does the double support build, like you go Hilka and Serpents?
Could be. I think it might have more value on like Lilia or Mumu or Soraka, but that is just my personal take. I could be wrong on that one.
I agree.
I think considering they're adapting this like absolutely blow up these supportive champions composition, I think that means that there's less pressure on Teddy to perform as well, but he is getting a kill onto the Olaf, supported by Sam. It's
Yeah.
tough for them to get anything onto Healy. I feel like Sam got screwed by League wall pathing a little bit there. And Chris is getting quite low in the top lane as well. He is constantly like pattering Dave with these abilities, getting some damage down. And he hasn't died, which is pretty good, but he is down quite a lot of CS. Trying to make the best of a matchup he's maybe not the most comfortable with, or comfortable in.
Yeah.
Will is
Honestly,
playing quite well here. You'd love to
It's
see it.
probably really bad that the Olaf isn't getting early kills. You need like to you don't. I'd say you don't need to snowball on this version of like Olaf.
He could be
Like,
getting one here.
oh, he's looking.
Don't attack the ward. Okay, good. He turns back and attacks the ward. Okay, but I think they had sussed it out anyway, just based on the positioning.
Yeah, but it's like getting the Olaf snowball started is always a little bit better. It's less so important here because you have so many ways to make this champion continue to be relevant into the late game. But we'll have to see how it goes.
I'm not gonna lie, I forgot that Dave used to be a big Maokai like player. Like, I know it was something that got banned
Or it got
against.
good, or
It got like a. Well, this is like back like early days of scrims. Like it got banned against him back when he like actually played top in scrims. Or I guess he does now apparently, but so I don't know how much he's played it since the change. But just like the way he's throwing out his E's, it seems like he's a bit used to that old thing. So I don't know, it could be interesting to just see how comfortable he is on the newer iteration of the champion. He does hit 6 here, so he might just be able to pop a kill here. That interaction with Lilia W is so weird. It like,
Which one?
He like smacked her out of the dash when he queued her. Sam's
yeah,
behind
it's a
Healy
weird
here.
interaction.
Sam has no ultimate, but just trying to get the CC down.
Sam is
I mean, the guy
here.
that
Gets
gets
the
Healy's
flash out, but
flash, yeah. That's pretty big, actually. Maokai is roaming down to look for something, but really just going to get vision on where the Amumu is. And there's some pings saying that Maokai is out of lane. But I think this is going to let Chris kind of like catch up in a lane where I believe as the game goes on, he's in a better and better position. So it's sad for Dave that they didn't get much out of that room except for just vision. I think the way for Cathy's to make the most out of this game would be to just make sure that they don't die too much to the Maokai and the Olaf, and then just hope that their MF burst is able to get done what it needs to. Because both of these 80 carry champions for Cathy's have 49 CS, and their opponents have 37 each as well. So pretty good CS leads in both lanes. And it's kind of balancing out the jungle and top lane gap. Although the gold lead is completely even, so. I will say I kind of put a bit of a shoe in my... Okay, there's a fight here. Maokai has ultimate, but no mana, so I don't think he's actually going to be able to get much done here. Chris does have sleep. I think if he pops the sleep, he might be able to get a kill here, but he seems to not be looking at the mana bar too much. Hong is going for something crazy here. Hong has already burned ultimate, though. Still has flash available. Chooses to
Healy does have
just-
the eggs, so it's not a huge deal.
Yeah, I mean, I think with Plasma, Teddy might just be able to shred the egg, but the flash is obviously a risky
Maybe.
play here. If Teddy's able to get a W onto the Anivia, it should just be able to pop the egg. And the Amumu's kind of cover, but I don't think they're going to be able to get anything done here. They could look for a play on the dragon here. Soraka is going up, clearing out vision, but Olaf is coming. Or
Olaf
not.
is coming. Olaf is bush cheesing. I feel like he could just walk at this Baraka,
Yeah, that's what I'm
but
saying. Now she's caught, though. Is clearing the extra ward. The absolute balls of this Soraka. Hong is in a
Yes.
bad position here. Has flash, and it's just gonna walk away. I guess Cam doesn't want to burn ult for that, but I think as you were saying, you gotta just kind of send it to a degree.
yeah, that Olaf is the send it champion. Like sometimes you just gotta go, man. Like I know it's game 3. There's probably like nerves going on, but you gotta be able to just know when to send it on that champion.
Yep.
on
I
occasion.
believe this is going to be first dragon going over to Mimaw's, which is actually pretty bad for Cathy. It's this dragon, Cloud Drake. quite important on these champions. But I don't know. I think it's fine for them picking this up, especially if they're able to trade it for the Herald, which it looks like they're going to be able to do. Olaf and Anivia seem to just be walking right towards it, but I don't know if they're going to walk all the way through mid lane and try and get tested. It looks like they're not. So I think it's actually a pretty decent trade to take. This is like the T1 play or whatever, where you just sack like the first couple dragons in exchange for the Rift Heralds to just get prio. Could be a fight breaking
I
down
think
top
that
lane.
play is a lot worse nowadays, though, just because of
I
how
agree.
much more valuable dragon stacking is nowadays. Like, the individual dragons are a little stronger. If you can get your
There's a
team
huge
to
play coming
group
out
around
top, but Sam misses the first bandage. There's a lot going down here. Mumu's probably just going to hold ult until he can hit multiple people. Healy actually misses the stun, but it shouldn't matter. Actually, the wall is just countered Cam. Teddy might be able to get stuff done here. The cleanse comes huge, and he's able to pick up a kill. Chris gets Cam. And that play
That
was so
wall was
good
a
for
little
Kathy.
sus, bro.
Yeah, I mean, Cam didn't even ult. I was gonna say Healy blocked him off, he was unstoppable, and the only thing that could CC him is his own team's Anivia wall, but he wasn't even unstoppable. He could get stopped by anything. I don't know, he could have just been holding it for the potential Lily ult, but they didn't need to burn it, so... I don't know, good play for Kathy's there. And their bot lane on the other side of the map is up 30 CS, so... a bit crazy. I mean, this Misfortune Seraphine matchup is really tough because as soon as you ult on MF, Seraphine's just going to throw her ulti at you. I think their angle here would be hope that the Soraka silence is able to prevent that from happening, or just try and play out of the range. And obviously, if you have the Amumu or the sleep of the Seraphine,
it gets a lot harder.
ulti, yeah.
Seraphine? Yeah, that's fair.
I don't know. It's just an odd situation for them to play, I think. But yeah, anyway, Will is like crazy fed here. He's going to be the first person in the game to hit 100 CS. So he's not going to have like more gold than Teddy, who has 2 kills already, but he does have way more gold than anyone else on the enemy team. Actually, Healy is quite close, but you know, it's what it is. We can pretend I know what I'm talking about, for sure.
True.
There'd be some stuff happening mid lane. Turret plates going to Maokai. Oh, the buffered bandage gets the Healy flash. Sam kind of gets walled under tower, but isn't actually close enough to be in range. Hong is walking aggressively into the jungle here, and there appears to be a fight breaking out top lane. Chris getting quite low, not sure if he's going to be able to win this one. Gets a lot of chip damage. Once he gets that Leandris, he's going to be really effective. I kind of want to see the heal cut go down onto Chris, just because he'll be like heal cutting them for so long. The duration is going to be ridiculous. Hong traded so well into Healy. He clearly knows something about this matchup that we don't. It seems to be heavily favored towards him. The Maokai is coming down mid to try and make a play. There's 3 here, but they just back off very carefully. The 6th sense coming out from Hong Baba and Sam is quite good. Just have a read on where everyone is on the map at all times. Chris, however, appears to not have the same luck. He's walking around. He's going to blast cone directly into the Maokai. I think he realizes this and doesn't really want to go for it. But over the wall, that's insane Maokai play. He's just dead here.
Yeah, the flash comes out. I feel like this flash is a little short.
Could be big.
Nah, the ulti couldn't reach him here. He should have slept a lot earlier if he wanted. He's actually healing so much.
He's just trying to win it.
Okay.
He might be able to do it.
That is like the strength of Lilia. If you can't kill her in the first rotation, it doesn't do anything.
Alright, this fight's kind of crazy. I don't think anything's happening, but that was wild. And then more gold onto the 2 traditionally carry players.
Not the stride breaker at all!
Wait,
I feel like you definitely want Triforce here. You need Triforce here.
I mean, it's
like
better
you
than
have
the
to be
Berserker that he
carried,
won
right?
last game, right?
Okay, that's true. That's true. Cam is learning slowly but surely. Let's go.
He's trying to break the deer's ankles, bro.
True.
Will has been farming so well here, doing the most in this lane. Healy is in a really, really bad position here. The Banish Toss just misses, but I believe the second one should be able to hit. Yep, there we go. And
Ooh,
Teddy
the
should
second
be able
bandage
to blow
toss.
them up.
He does have the
Eden's
egg
here, but I
though.
don't think they're going to be able to do much. The stun coming down into a Mimaw. This is going to be a crazy play for Kathy's. Some CC coming down, but these two champions are so far behind. I believe Eden might be able to get out, but there's no shot Michaela does. She is just dead. Hong is American Sniper out here, and the ult from Misfortune Morgana is doing crazy. They might be able to save him from the Maokai, but it is a close call for sure. And Hong and Sam are turning to just burn this dragon. Olaf might be able to get something done onto this tower, but I think a tower for a dragon and a bunch of kills is not the trade you want to be taking here. Although mid turret, very important. Never mind, they're not going for dragon, they're going for the Olaf.
Okay, I feel like you should probably go Leon on the MF here. Or not the MF, the Seraphine here.
Yeah.
Arguably, Healy already has it, but I feel like the double burn would be better.
I think 2 damaging champions, especially with the tank top lane, is pretty necessary here. But also, Olaf isn't really doing any damage either.
Oh my gosh, Hong is just going
the flash.
off on
He's
Healy.
crazy!
Oh, the flash! He's insane!
Okay, we will just replay this top lane. The ult, I think, is just enough to lock him down, and Chris doesn't have time to get anything off. You are just blowing this guy up instantly.
Yeah.
Does have to burn the flash for it, but press and play, and I don't know, for selfish reasons, I want to watch the replay on this. That was nuts. Teddy ults as the Q pops, and then flash W animation. Oh my god. Dude, Kai's is such a fun champion to watch. And then Kathy's able to pick up the dragon.
Yeah, but it's not doing so hot on the Olaf this time around. Very unfortunate.
I do sincerely apologize for flaming the Kaisa mid pick. Clearly, I have no clue what I'm talking about.
True.
He's at 2 items already. He's got Collector, which normally I'm not a huge fan of, but I think same logic where I like it on Misfortune applies for Kaisa. You're doing a lot of small amounts of damage to a lot of people at once. So it's really nice to pick up kills where you wouldn't get it anyway, especially when you empower your Q and those projectiles are hitting anyone and everyone.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair though, Mimaws in team fights will have like a lot of HP, and it'll be a little hard to be able to get them super low with the Collector. Arguably, if you like get your combo off on the 2 squishy enchanters, it'll be a different story. But
yeah, lethality's good against the enchanters, which is
hitting the it's just like Collector versus the Olaf is kind of icky, you know?
Yeah.
And the Maokai.
I mean, he is quite far behind. Oh, Teddy's just dead here, I think.
Face checking Nivea to go. Oh, the ulti! Unlucky ult, to be honest.
Yeah, that was a bit tragic.
Yeah.
I think you just don't fight here.
Eric, did you like sub into the game? Like, what happened with that ult, bro?
2 biscuits in Teddy's inventory? Just sell them at this point, like.
They give no money. To be fair, if they can get like a good fight here.
That's true, that's true. Oh yeah, with the deer and the Mimaw here, this is crazy.
Oh? Amu is looking.
Teddy is getting hit.
The Nivea ult is going down. Yeah.
Olaf should be able to just burn it.
Olaf is just ripping him apart, yeah. This is a good fight from the side of Mimaws, yeah.
They don't get as much as they could have, but that's a shutdown.
Don't diss my man Eric like that. Never misses ult. I seem to recall a flash Soda ult sometime in the past.
Kathy's
I might
keep
be
them alive,
faulty
though,
memory there.
and Sam's able to take down Dave.
This dive is a little sussy.
Oh my gosh, Kathy has saved them from like inches of death 2 times back to back. And Will has the Serpent and the Eclipse immediately. That is a crazy build here. Unfortunately, his ulti did get cancelled immediately. Since it's a stun, I'm assuming it was from Healy.
Yeah.
So I think it was just unlucky timing. I think he just didn't see the projectile and ulted, but...
that skin is like, the projectile's kind of hard to see.
So Healy is playing like demon mode is what you're saying?
Yeah. It just sort of blends in really well.
Yeah. Hong getting a lot of work done here.
Yeah.
Picks up another turret. He is sitting on another 800 gold.
Kim is going for the
I-
death stance here.
What
Which
item
is probably
do you think
good.
Hong's going?
Should just be PD, right?
Okay, that's fair. I feel like you can go IE for the strong power spike right here. Hong and Kathy are here trying to fight. Hong just picks up the red buff, doesn't go for anything else. There's a lot of people there to collapse, but Sam's about to be there on the backside too. Hong is just trying to deny these jungle camps away. The root coming
I don't think he
out,
got it though.
Yeah, the Olaf Axe and Seraphine combo was kind of cool. The insta root.
Yeah.
There could be a big fight over this dragon, but it's also not spawning for a minute 15, so it's a bit weird that the whole team is clustered up around it. Hong is just going to go for some farm, probably before the next fight. Not sure how much value he's going to get here. He might be able to get the Zeal. That's probably best case for him. Just based on these, he should have enough to afford it, so that's probably what we're going to see. This wave gets cleared, jumped in, then the insta-back for the Zeal. Perfect. MF has now just bought a tier. I think Will is probably on the edge of whether or not he was getting this item, or maybe he's just repping his team's late tier mojo, you know?
True.
Teddy is able
The
to pick up
unstoppable
the
always
second
by tier 40
evolve,
minutes in.
so I think that's like a huge buff as well. Should have evolves on 2 out of 3 of his abilities. He's probably
Yeah,
not going
just
to
no
go
points
for
in
the
W,
evolve
yeah.
on W. I will say, on Kaisa, all you need to do to get W evolve is just buy Nashor's Tooth. That item alone gives you 100 AP, so it should be enough. Sam and Kathy are caught out in a really bad position here. Kathy, no flash. She manages to dodge the stun. Hong's on the back, lighting people up though. Is able to kill Mimi with the collector. Sam manages to get out here. Kathy's probably going to die.
just
Gives
does a
her
lot
health
of
bar
auto
to
move
buff Hong's. Hong's able to get 2. Dave is getting Hong quite low. Ult saves him. Nivea's in egg and should just die here. And that is a 5 for 1. Kathy
Insane fight
does
from
end up
Kathy's.
dying, but she just infused her entire health bar into Hong. Puts that
Yeah,
man
it's a
on her
rocket
back
moment.
to carry him. Insane gameplay from Kathy's there. Every single member. It looked so doomed at the beginning, but they're able to pick it up. Hong is just going to burn this turret before Seraphine gets here. Maybe. Yes, and he should just be out. He is sitting on 2.1k gold. That should just
That
be
is
the
a
completed
gross
PD
amount of gold. Oh
and
my
some other
lordy
stuff
lord.
as well. He is just farming the red buff on spawn. Oh my god. That is my AD carry, man. This is so fun to watch. Oh, and okay, now Kathy's actually caught out. A bit tragic. Chris might also be in a really bad position here. Healy's looking for a stun, is not able to get it. Lilia was faster than he expected, and he's just able to pop the blast cone and get out. Okay, Chris continues to be in a really bad position here. Okay, Chris is just caught out here. Hong has to cleanse here, but I think it might not be enough. The double charm. Okay, Hong is down. And I don't think they're going to be able to get much off here. Sam is not able to pick anything up, and Will is
Oh my
just going to
gosh,
fall
Mimaw's
as well.
picking everything up. Let's go.
That is a 5 for 0 exchange, and they're going to get Baron off of it. That might just close the gold gap.
Yeah. I mean, that's the strength of like Mimaw's comp, right? Like, if you manage to line up the ultis or like Ken manages to get a good flank, it should just be unstoppable, even to that comp in general. It is sort of hard to deal with an Olaf that is being double juiced, right?
Yeah, I mean, I think also it's just that they were completely split. I think it was also just really tough for them to disengage. Hard
Yeah.
fight for Kathy's to play, given how it started. I don't know if this changes the tide of the game, but it certainly makes it so that Elos has a stronger foot in contention than they did beforehand.
Yeah.
Just this.
I think Mimaw's does kind of outscale.
A lot more carefully. I
Yeah.
don't know. Lately,
It's like hard to
Kaisa
definitively
is
say.
a beast. And Soraka skills pretty nutty.
Yeah.
I think this game is like pure execution, which is awesome.
Yeah.
That's exactly what the game 3 to be. So I think if Chris had been able to hit either of the supports with the ball there, could have been big, but it does not happen. Sam might just go for a kill onto Dave here. He's not able to get it. He gets poked through the minions, so he does not have an angle for the bandage toss. Some danger pings, worried. Okay, Teddy goes for it, forces the flash out for his ulti. Good trade. Sam is hell-bent on stopping this Maokai. Getting a lot done with the Demonic Embrace, but Maokai is able to just keep him off, so it's kind of tough for him to get too much done here. And the Baron minions are making it really hard. Might get punished for trying to go all in here. But he should just be able to walk away. These are just two tanks, so hard to get too punished.
Tank v tank moment.
Yeah.
Red team's turret has been destroyed.
The next dragon is going to be up in about a minute. It's very important for Cathy's to get a good team fight around it. I think if they don't, it's going to look pretty doomed for them.
Yeah,
I'm
they
gonna
have
check
to be
Baron
first on
timer.
objectives, I think.
Yeah, so Baron should end up going down about that same time. Maokai's looking for a play here. The ultimate is up, but the entire Cathy squad is here to try and defend it. Not sure if the Maokai ult's going to come out or not. No spells for Hong, or no sums for Hong at the moment.
This
They
Anivia ult
should
just
be
buys them
both
so
up.
much space, too. It's kind of insane.
Oh, that could be big. Triple drowsy.
Triple sleep onto
Sam goes
the...
in.
Yeah.
Okay, Amumu ults down. The charm does not hit what it needs to, I don't think. And the bullet time gets a bit, but I don't think this is enough for Cathy's. They're really struggling to get anything done here. That is 3 flashes down from Cathy's in exchange for basically nothing on the other team, and they're all just topped up.
Yeah, and they have the sustain is nuts, man. Like, you have to like full pull the trigger if someone hits an ulti like that. IMO, like,
Yeah. I mean, they did. It just they didn't do anything.
yeah.
This game
They
might
might have just
be
reached the
over.
point where it's not killable. Yeah.
Yeah, because Maokai is just full armor stacked, so they don't really have a way to damage him without the Lilia. And even with the Lilia, it's pretty tough. This will put the teams at even dragon. I think Cathy's best hope here is just gonna try to pull out some like picks, but if this team is remotely grouped, it's pretty much impossible for them to play.
Agreed.
Hong is gonna get some mana back with the Gromp. They could look to turn a fight off of this. Sam does not have ult. Maokai ults here. They're trying to burn down this Maokai. He's going in pretty aggressively.
It's impossible for them,
oh,
honestly.
that's an insane charm. 5-man.
Oh, but the bullet time coming down in
Okay.
response with the
Wait,
Amumu
this
ult
is
on
huge.
top.
This is huge. Hong
But
should be able
Cam's
to blow
still
up
up.
the egg. Hong is
Oh, but
up.
the Cam is just walking through their team.
I think they should be able to get him. Oh my god, Teddy
Oh
is
my gosh,
nuts.
so close. Good job using the plasma to ensure that he couldn't. Because if Cam got like one more auto off, he's dead there, like 100%, and he resets, gets the reset's not the right word. He gets Triumph Rock and then probably can sustain through the rest of the fight, right?
Yeah.
That's why he should have Triforce Smile. Anyways,
That was nuts. Teddy is sitting on 5.5 items, basically. He's got, how much crit? I believe that's like 95% crit. Yeah, this is a pretty disgusting build. The problem for Cathy's is he's not going to be getting too much stronger. And Misfortune is a bit behind on this Mana Immune Power Spike. So it's looking kind of rough. So I just want to see, for their sake, them try to ramp up this game, force a fight over Baron, and try and pressure an end off of that. I think if they wait too much longer, it's kind of rough. The one big downside for forcing now is that Hong's ult is on a bit of a cooldown, and he has no flash. That said, the only person that has flash on the enemy team is going to be Eden on the Sona. So that's a bit rough as well. Chris is a little bit caught out here, and Cam is approaching as well. There could be a big fight here. Generally, Baron fights, I think, are in favor of blue side. The Maokai is trying to get bursted out here. They succeed! Maokai is gone for this fight.
Okay.
Nivea wall comes off, trying to block them off so they can't get too much more off. Healy is in the pit.
This is a
dead.
very risky
Healy
recall,
is
sir.
for sure gone.
Yeah.
Hong ults in, just
Unfortunate.
pops it. They will be taking this Baron into both of the Enchanter ultimates, but I'm not sure what you do. Olaf is trying to run up mid lane to punish them, but they're just going to burn this so quickly. You have double ADCs. The insta-backs, they're just going to light up Olaf.
To be honest, though, I don't think the game is over by a long shot.
I don't think so.
The Nivea ult can just perma clear waves. That's like the biggest strength of this champion.
Yep. I don't know. I think Kathy just needs to pray that the comms are not there for the other team. I think the only reason Hong would be back in there is if he's about to buy full build, which he does. I think there's no elixir, but everything else. This is a 6-item Kaisa. It's going to be incredibly hard for them to play into it. He simply just does too much damage, and if he gets you below 5%, you are gone. I think there's also a big angle to potentially sell that collector later in the game for the Nash to just try and empower all of your abilities, but I am just going to trust Teddy to build the items that are correct for him in the situation. Maokai could be caught out again here. I don't believe they see him. Oh my god, wait, they do. Picked up over the wall. No ult from Teddy, but he should just have the damage here. Blows them up. Lord Doms is there for Teddy. The chilling smite.
Oh my lord.
Maokai's gone.
Dave just gets caught out. That's really unfortunate. They just play these fights really slow. Hopefully Healy can clear the wave. They just need to clear the wave until he respawns, I think. Don't need to play super aggressive. Is anything up? Nah, not really.
Nope, Dragon isn't up for another minute.
Yeah.
Hong versus Olaf is a really tough call. The slow comes down. Hong could have ulted over the wall, chooses not to. The Soraka saves him. Redemption comes down a bit late, but that was from blue team. Still a bit late. Came out after the fight. Sandy's the sun. It's the MF combo. That's game. There's no shot that's anything but game. Insane play.
Yeah.
All
Well
my
played from
commentary
Kathy, man.
at the
Holy
beginning of this game, I put an absolute Air Max in my mouth. I said there's no
Not
adaptation.
really. Okay.
No, I said there's no adaptation in the bot lane, and there's no shot Hong does anything. Both of these things are completely incorrect. They swapped to a new MF build that completely changes the way the game is played, and Hong is turbo smurfing this game.
Yeah. You're kind of right there.
This is a bit
I don't know.
kinda
I feel like
right here though. Healy is going for something. Hong has no GA. Kathy does flash to keep him alive.
Oh, but if Healy can clear these waves, the game is still not over.
Okay, never mind. I overhyped for nothing.
Sure.
But they are just going to go for this dragon here. And I believe there should be no way for them to be stopped from taking this drag. And that is, what, 2 inhibs down? So really good position for Kathy's. I don't know. Regardless, I think both teams have been playing super well this series. And especially in this game, it's been a bit of a banger. Hong has now bought an elixir, so he is super full build, has sold the collector for a Mercurial. Smart, that's way better than the Nashers, I think. He knows he needs to be the carry, and if he gets caught by any of these ultis without his cleanse up, it's over. At the moment, he does have Mercurial, cleanse, and flash available, as well as his ultimate. So I think if he is able to play these fights correctly, he actually buys Elixir of Iron. No. Sam has Elixir of Iron. It's hard to tell, they're stacked up on top of each other. Sam is not full build. He just knows that if they have these extra combat stats for these fights, it could be huge. This is a 3v5 position right here, so they need to be really careful. Sam looks like he's itching to pull the trigger, but they have no misfortune to support him. So he really should not be going in here, but maybe he just believes in the Kaisa. You never really know. Misfortune's just trying to push us down. Chris is caught out here. It's a bit rough for him. The Soraka ult tries to save him, and Hong gets flashed on. This is a very rough situation. He tries to cleanse everything. The Mimaw ult gets him down low. Kathy's keeping him alive. But now that Malka's in the backline, they're able to take out Olaf. Hong is still alive. He is nuts. Sam goes in, getting more CC. They're able to kill this. They're not able to kill the Sona. She stays alive. Hong is still full health.
Sona not dying is actually kind of big there, right?
Yeah. Okay, but Hong
Oh,
should
but
just be
they're
able to wipe
still
this.
fighting for some
Oh,
reason.
Misfortune ends the game!
Oh my gosh! The back door, no way.
And Chris
What a banger.
teleported. Chris teleports and will to end the game. Oh my
Oh
god.
my lord, what a banger.
Holy. That's my bad for not getting the spectate on that, and because the end screen is up, I actually have no control. Oh wait, no, here we go. Okay. So we'll watch POV Chris. There's like, we're missing some audio because League of Legends, right? So Chris does not end up dying here. So huge props to, so if we watch here, right? Chris gets
He
insanely
almost
low.
dies.
I assumed he was dead. Soraka Holt saves him on, actually, we'll watch the HP, right? So wall comes down. Chris drops to 787, 672, 21 HP. Soraka ult saves him. He's able to get out.
Where's the Elite Collector, man?
True. Teleports. Oh no, goes to back. Bases. Full heal. And if we look at Will, open Nexus, they're pathing back and can't stop it. Holy. Banger way to end the game. We got the Egg Nivea GG typed in all chat. Oh my god. That series was crazy from Kathy's Kittens. Wow. I have no words. Can we drag Teddy in here?
Yeah, go. What?
Oh.
Hello, Mr. Hong.
Okay,
Well played on that
I
last
have
game,
to
by the
ask,
way.
have you played Kaisa into Anivia before? Is this like a you knew what was gonna happen situation?
No, I've never played that.
Were you
match.
playing Wizard 101 when you were drafting? Be honest with me right
Yeah,
now.
I was. I was
Holy.
farming elements, double reagent week. I have to make.
Yeah, I've been farming that too. I know, but it's like
That was nuts. Like, that was such a banger game to watch. I don't know. I'm like
Yeah.
still kind of at a loss. Like, that was a crazy way for that series to end.
yeah,
Sona Seraphine is so cringe.
True.
agreed.
What's your take on the double moonstone itemization there? I've seen a few people have some words about it.
Yeah, I'm not a
I
huge
think it's
fan. I
kinda
think
troll.
I think one of them should go Shurelia's and they just run at us.
Oh yeah, that would also have been good. Thoughts on Stride over? I thought Stride Breaker was a little grief on cam, but because I feel like if you go try, you potentially can like actually fight you. No,
Triforce. I feel like he's too squishy with Triforce. I just like burst him.
so?
I think
He has
so,
double enchanter. I feel like you can get away with being a little more squishy, but I don't know.
Maybe, but you have to extended chase Kaisa anyways. I feel like half the time
Yeah.
he wasn't even in range. Like half the time,
That's
like
fair.
like after I ult and then like E away, like he's no longer in range of enchanters. I can just
No,
ult him.
that's fair. That's fair.
I think like he wanted Stridebreaker to make sure that he could kill me, which makes sense. I think.
Dude, that was nuts. I did like the collector cell into Mercurial. I had said
yeah.
during the game you might sell for Nash to get triple upgrade, but Mercurial was just so much smarter. You have the QSS in addition to the cleanse and the flash and the ultimate. I think that's the only reason
Yeah,
I
I
wanted to stay
actually
alive for
burned
so
both
long
of
at
them.
that last team fight.
Yeah, I literally burned both of them in the last team fight. Like I'm glad.
Yeah,
I'm just
that
glad
was
I had it.
that was crazy. Also, like, huge props to Kathy. I know we did not drag her at the moment, but the amount of fights where she just walked directly into the enemy team and burned her entire health bar to save you, like exactly when you needed
Yeah,
it.
Straka
It's
Yeah,
like,
Giga Chad for
that was
sure.
clutch. Like, I know a lot of people would probably try and play safe, save the KD, don't want to die, but sometimes you just gotta right-click in the entire enemy and just start spamming the heal button on your carry, right? So,
Yeah,
really good
Kathy
gameplay.
Straka is the big Chad. Chad
Yeah.
Straka.
She also got
saved
the
him.
420 KD.
Nice. Hog.
0-4-20, but you know, just as good. Oh, that's actually much better. 4 kills, 20 deaths. Um, I want to know whose call it was for the lethality misfortune adaptation because
Or did
originally
Will just do that on his own?
when I saw draft,
Oh,
I was like,
I think me and Sam told him that he should build lethality MF during like champ select. I think that was the intention when we saw Sona Seraphine.
yes.
We were like, oh, just build Collector into Serpent's Fang. Well, when they picked Sona Seraphine, like first two picks, we were like, oh, we need a Serpent's Fang champion.
Right.
And we weren't intending on like putting MF on that, but then we were like, oh, we have MF, just make MF build it. And
Yeah,
so
no, that's a
why.
really good call because I'm not gonna lie, I think me and Mason's both initial reaction was you've locked this same champion 3 games in a row and it kind of griefed last game. You have like pretty much the same lane and then you're just running it back with no adaptation, but the swapping of the builds kind of turns her into a bit of a different champion, which did a lot of work in kind of making that game work really well because there was that one huge team fight where you were doing a lot on one side of it, and then the Amumu ultimate into misfortune just wiping their entire team came in super clutch.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, insanely well played. That game was basically entirely on your back, and everyone else around you played super, super well. So huge congrats to
It
Captain.
was a fun series to watch for sure. That game too almost looked mental defeating.
yeah,
I'm not gonna lie.
what were the comms like after that game? Like,
Bruh, I told Sam, pick Amumu, don't pick Mordekaiser. Mordekaiser can't gank.
Mordekaiser can't
Lo
do
and behold-
anything.
Lo and behold, Mordekaiser indeed cannot gank, so he just sits there and farms. And then while our lanes get shit
Wait,
on.
that's my entire fucking champion pool, bro. What do you mean? What's wrong with sitting around and just farming?
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of the Mordekaiser. I mean, I think Mordekaiser is fine, but especially since we had Kale and Zeri, like, cannot pick Mordekaiser.
oh, yeah,
Yeah,
what was the thought
I
on
agree with
the Zeri pick?
Oh, I just saw Zeri. I was actually gonna play Tristana, but then I saw Zeri and I was like, I don't play Zeri. I saw that we had a Lulu. I was like, I don't play Zeri.
I mean, I'm
I
not
think
gonna
it would've been
lie.
cool.
I think that game just went so poorly all around that it didn't really matter that much. But I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, like, I think it would have been fun. I think there's still like team fights that were pretty close, to be honest,
Yeah.
on this area. So I think if we were just like slightly not behind, it would have been like maybe winnable.
I mean, I will say your team's chances for playoff qualification are at the mercy of Closeted Furries. If they win both of their next series,
Oh.
if they win both of their next series and you win, Mimaw is out. Assuming that I think they might just be straight up out. Or
See.
if they lose both of their next series and then you beat them next week, then you edge them out in the tiebreaker and qualify. But I think if they split 1-1, you're just screwed. But, which is kind of funny. But it's just it comes down to some tiebreaker logistics. So I'll have to look it over and make sure I'm saying the right thing going into the last week of regular season. But you guys really just needed to kind of double down on these last few games and just grind out some wins. And you guys have looked really, really good doing that. So congrats on, I guess, like finding what works best for your team. And I think maybe moving to a location where you have more than or less than 100 ping, I think helps a lot too. So
Yes. Scaling team. We scaled.
I mean,
Sure.
unironically,
I
I'm
mean, if-
excited for your guys' game next week. I think hopefully it's not the 1-1 split, so it doesn't matter. But
Agreed.
I think ending on like a game that decides who makes it into playoffs is going to be really exciting. So
Agreed.
Stay rested. Hope your entire team avoids COVID because I think every other team has failed that skill check. So
True.
Yeah.
Well, I was sick. I didn't have it.
no.
So.
Michael had it, I believe.
Oh, Michael had it. Okay.
So
okay.
I think it was Michael and then Jonah and then Michaela and then I guess Blake's team hasn't maybe, but Zach is sick. But I don't know with what. And then what's the other team? Who did I forget?
I have no idea. Alright, I'm a diff though. I'll talk to y'all
I
later.
think it's everything. All right, take care. I'll cut stream. Thanks everyone for watching.
GG.